Do you think Costco's legendary items will always stay on the shelves? The harsh truth is that more than 20 familiar products are quietly disappearing, and many items you assume are still there were actually discontinued long ago. From organic peanut butter and giant muffins to the iconic pizza combo, these staples are leaving Costco faster than you think. In the next few minutes, you'll find out which items are about to vanish, why Costco is removing them, and which products you should buy now before they're gone forever. This is the list Costco will never tell you about. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Kirkland's Signature Organic Peanut Butter. If you're a fan of Kirkland's organic peanut butter, here's bad news. It has disappeared from shelves in recent weeks. Costco employees confirmed the product is temporarily unavailable due to supplier issues, with no return date announced. The temporary replacement is another organic brand, but customers say the quality is noticeably worse. Thick, sticky, and with a strange aftertaste. Some shoppers even joke that if you see any jar left, grab it, because there's no guarantee Kirkland will stabilize its supply anytime soon. 2. Kirkland Organic Soy Milk, Vanilla Flavor. Kirkland's organic vanilla soy milk used to be a popular item, often bought by the case of 12 for its convenience, good price, and long shelf life. But as of early 2025, this product has been discontinued across the entire system. According to Costco, the vanilla version had underperformed for years, so the company decided to remove it to simplify the product lineup. The replacement Costco plans to introduce is an unsweetened soy milk from the brand Your Good Foods, expected to arrive in 2026. This means customers won't have a Kirkland organic soy milk option for quite a long time. For now, Costco suggests switching to Kirkland oat milk or other non-Kirkland soy milk brands, but many shoppers say none match the flavor of the old vanilla version. 3. Kirkland Signature Chocolate Chips. Kirkland's chocolate chips used to be a baking staple for many households, but Costco discontinued them entirely in August 2024. The reason was clearly stated. Global cocoa prices skyrocketed, rising over 200% compared to 2023, making production too expensive to maintain Kirkland's previous price point. Unable to keep the product competitively priced, Costco chose to remove it from its lineup. Currently, the shelf only offers Nestlé Toll House chocolate chips as the alternative. Many customers are disappointed, saying the flavor and texture of Kirkland's version are hard to replace, and some discussions online even call for Costco to reconsider bringing it back. 4. Kirkland 4-Cheese Ravioli. This 4-cheese ravioli was once a go-to quick dinner option for families, but in reality it has been gone from Costco warehouses for several years. There was no formal announcement. Costco simply stopped ordering it and shifted focus to fresher ravioli options from brands like Fazio's and Rana. Regular buyers say the Kirkland version had a flavor profile the replacements don't match. The disappearance of this convenient weeknight-friendly product has left many customers disappointed. 5. Kirkland Jumbo Chocolate Muffins. Kirkland's Jumbo Chocolate Muffins were a bakery favorite for years, but Costco quietly discontinued them at the end of 2024. In early 2025, the company introduced a replacement, a triple chocolate muffin, smaller in size and sold in boxes of 8. However, many customers say the new recipe isn't as rich. The muffins are drier, have less chocolate flavor, and don't give the same satisfying experience as the original jumbo version. The change has been hard for longtime fans, especially those who used to buy one pack that could last an entire week of desserts. Still, Costco seems committed to the new direction with smaller, more compact bakery items, meaning the chances of the old jumbo muffin returning are very slim. 6. Kirkland Frozen Sirloin and Loin Beef Patties. These frozen beef patties made from sirloin and loin, with about 85% lean meat, were once a weekend grilling favorite. But starting in mid-2025, many Costco warehouses reported that they stopped receiving shipments entirely, and employees confirmed the product has been removed from the lineup. In its place, Costco introduced a burger made from 100% grass-fed beef with an 80% lean ratio. However, many customers say the new version doesn't deliver the same flavor. The higher fat content creates a softer texture and lacks the meaty bite of the old sirloin patties. The shift to a simpler, streamlined product line suggests Costco is narrowing its burger selection, but for those used to the original Kirkland flavor, finding an equivalent option is now much harder. 7. Kirkland Organic Coconut Water. Kirkland's organic coconut water, known for its natural pink tint, used to be a frequent purchase because of its refreshing flavor and fair price. But starting in mid-2025, customers in several states, including New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, noticed the product disappearing from shelves. Employees at certain warehouses said Costco had stopped ordering it and replaced it with Harmless Harvest coconut water, which comes in smaller bottles and at a higher price. Many shoppers say they're unhappy with the new option, especially since the Kirkland version was both tasty and affordable. Although Costco hasn't given an official explanation, many suspect supply disruptions or rising costs have put the product on indefinite hold. For longtime fans, finding a replacement with the same flavor is nearly impossible. 8. Yakisoba Stir-Fry Combo. The yakisoba stir-fry combo used to be a go-to quick dinner because it was convenient, easy to heat up, and reasonably priced. However, beginning in early 2025, several Costco locations stopped making it altogether. Deli staff confirmed that yakisoba has been removed from the menu in many regions, although it still appears at a few warehouses depending on location. Customers are disappointed because yakisoba was known for its good taste and practicality, perfect for busy days. Its disappearance has forced many shoppers to switch to other prepared food options that aren't as familiar. Although Costco hasn't provided an official reason, the broader trend of cutting less popular prepared dishes suggests yakisoba is unlikely to return widely anytime soon. 9. Kirkland Signature Mango Salsa. Kirkland's fresh mango salsa was a favorite for many thanks to its fruity flavor and versatility with Mexican dishes. But it has been discontinued since around 2020 after the manufacturer ran into issues and could no longer maintain a stable supply. Since then, Costco has only carried replacement brands such as La Mexicana or La Juan's, but they cost more and are generally considered inferior to the original Kirkland version. Some replacement products have even faced recalls for safety concerns, which has made customers even more nostalgic and skeptical about anything replacing the old Kirkland mango salsa. 10. Kirkland Turkey Burgers. Kirkland's turkey burgers were once a staple for those wanting a low-fat, high-protein option. However, Costco discontinued them back in 2018 and has shown no signs of bringing them back. The company never gave a specific explanation, but many employees said sales didn't meet expectations, while production and storage costs were consistently higher than for beef burgers. After discontinuation, Costco began stocking turkey burgers from brands like Butterball and Bubba. Still, many customers say the flavor and texture aren't comparable to Kirkland's original version, especially for people who use them for meal prep or diet plans. Some shoppers even started petitions asking Costco to bring the product back, but so far it hasn't reappeared. 11. Kirkland Light Beer. Kirkland's light beer was once expected to become a budget-friendly option for customers who wanted to buy beer in large packs, but it never received positive feedback. Shortly after hitting the shelves, the product was met with numerous complaints about its flavor and balance, causing sales to drop sharply. By 2018, Costco quietly discontinued it without a major announcement. What's notable is that unlike many discontinued Kirkland items that spark disappointment, this beer received almost no backlash. Most customers agreed that removing it was the right move since the quality didn't meet expectations. Since then, Costco has focused on more reliable beer and alcohol lines, and the chances of light beer returning are essentially zero. 12. Kirkland Boxed Mac and Cheese. Kirkland's boxed mac and cheese was once expected to compete with popular national brands, but actual customer feedback was far from favorable. Many shoppers said they cooked it only to throw it away because of a sour aftertaste, an odd cheese flavor, and an overall unappealing result. Some even mentioned giving it away but still feeling guilty because the quality wasn't good. Due to low sales and slow turnover, Costco discontinued the product entirely. Current mac and cheese options at the warehouse now come from outside brands that are more consistent in flavor and popularity. Given the negative reviews from the past, the likelihood of Kirkland ever producing its own mac and cheese again is very low. 13. Kirkland Signature Frozen Cocktails. Kirkland's frozen cocktails initially drew attention for their convenience. Just thaw and drink. However, the product quickly received poor reviews. Customers said the taste was too harsh, the chemical notes were obvious, and after trying a few packets, most ended up tossing the rest of the box. Negative feedback combined with weak sales led Costco to end the product early and discontinue any further development. Since then, Costco has shifted toward more stable bottled wines and cocktails that better match customer preferences and sell more reliably. Anyone hoping for the frozen cocktails to return for outdoor parties will likely be disappointed. Costco's current lineup favors higher quality options, leaving little room for a comeback. 14. Choco Coconut Milk. Choco coconut milk used to be a staple in Costco's international food section, but it was removed in late 2020 after PETA released an investigation reporting that the manufacturer used chained monkeys to harvest coconuts. In response to strong consumer reactions and pressure from animal welfare groups, Costco pulled the product from shelves and has not brought it back since. Many shoppers supported the move for ethical reasons, though some still miss Choco's flavor, which worked well in cooking. Since then, Costco has switched to other coconut milk brands with more transparent sourcing practices. Given the circumstances, the chances of Choco returning to Costco are nearly zero. 15. Combination Pizza. The combo pizza was once one of the most popular items at the food court, known for its generous toppings of meat, vegetables, and cheese. However, Costco removed it from the menu in 2020, and there has still been no plan to bring it back. At the time, the company said it needed to simplify the menu and reduce prep complexity during the pandemic, but the long absence suggests the decision is permanent. Many customers remain disappointed because the combo pizza had a balanced flavor that stood apart from the current cheese and pepperoni options. Although there have been rumors about Costco releasing a bake-at-home version, nothing has materialized so far. 16. All-American Chocolate Cake. The multi-layer All-American chocolate cake used to be a popular choice for parties and celebrations, but Costco discontinued it in 2020. At the time, rising ingredient costs and declining demand meant the product was no longer part of the regular production plan. To fill the gap, Costco introduced a mini cupcake version, but many customers say the moisture and chocolate flavor don't compare to the original full-size cake. Even so, the company continues to prioritize smaller, easier-to-store products. 17. BBQ Brisket Sandwich Food Court. The BBQ brisket sandwich was only available at select food courts, yet it gained a strong following for its tender meat and flavorful sauce. However, starting in early 2020, many Costco locations stopped offering it, and it has not been added back to the prepared foods lineup. Some employees said brisket required significantly more prep time compared to other quick-serve items, making it inefficient for food court operations. After the brisket sandwich disappeared, Costco experimented with other beef options like BBQ chili, but none matched the original taste. Customers who used to grab the brisket sandwich for a quick lunch still miss it, and it has not returned to the standard food court menu. 18. Polish Hot Dog. The Polish hot dog was once a familiar companion to the iconic $1.50 hot dog combo, but Costco removed it from the menu in 2018. The company explained that simplifying the menu and focusing on higher-selling items was necessary. In reality, the sales of the Polish dog were much lower than the traditional beef hot dog, making it inefficient to offer both. Even so, many customers still express regret, saying the garlicky kielbasa-style sausage had a unique flavor not found in the remaining option. The Polish dog is still sold in packaged form inside the warehouse, but as far as the U.S. food court menu goes, it is no longer part of the lineup. 19. Hot Turkey Sandwich. The hot turkey sandwich with provolone and pesto mayo was once considered one of the more premium food court offerings. However, after the 2020 pandemic period, it never returned. Some employees shared that high ingredient costs and a more complex preparation process made it difficult to maintain within a fast-serve model. Costco later introduced another turkey sandwich using Swiss cheese, but many customers said the flavor wasn't as bold and the filling was less generous than the original. As Costco continues shifting towards simpler, faster items, the hot turkey and provolone has become one of the most missed menu items. 20. Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel. The cinnamon sugar pretzel was a beloved dessert at the food court before churros took over the menu. It was a soft pretzel coated with cinnamon sugar and butter, a convenient snack option. However, around 2010-2011, Costco stopped selling it entirely and prioritized churros instead, since they were easier to prepare and better suited for fast service. For customers who preferred the soft pretzel texture, the change was disappointing because churros have a very different taste and structure. Although the community occasionally brings up the old pretzel in discussions, Costco has never reintroduced it in any of its menu updates. 21. Chocolate-dipped ice cream bar. The chocolate-dipped ice cream bar was once a signature dessert at the food court, featuring soft ice cream coated in melted chocolate and rolled in almonds. But in 2013, it was removed from the menu due to rising milk and almond prices, which made the profit margin unsustainable. Additionally, the dipping and prep process required more time than other dessert items, making it less compatible with Costco's streamlined operations. Many customers still remember it fondly as a simple but high-quality treat. Although the community has suggested bringing it back multiple times, the current food court menu focuses on faster, easier-to-serve items, leaving the chocolate-dipped ice cream bar as one of the most missed desserts that hasn't resurfaced in any recent updates. 22. Liquid eggs from caged hens. Liquid eggs sourced from caged hens have gradually disappeared from Costco's shelves as part of the company's commitment to transitioning to cage-free eggs. Starting in 2020, Costco began phasing out all industrial caged egg products and replaced them with liquid and shell eggs from cage-free hens. By 2022, more than 97% of Costco's egg supply in the U.S. was cage-free, and all Kirkland liquid egg products were fully switched to the new sourcing. This change was widely supported by customers for its transparency and alignment with animal welfare trends. However, for shoppers who were used to the cheaper industrial liquid eggs, the transition meant fewer options and higher prices than before. 23. King Arthur's Zero Pizza Flour. King Arthur's Zero pizza flour was once offered seasonally and became a favorite among home bakers for its fine texture and ability to create authentic Italian-style crusts. But in the past few years, many customers reported that the product no longer reappears during new stock cycles. According to employees at various warehouses, inconsistent demand across regions and unpredictable seasonality led Costco to stop ordering the item. This means anyone who regularly uses Zero flour for pizza now has to buy it from specialty shops or other supermarkets. Although it wasn't a core product, King Arthur's flour once offered a well-priced option within the high-quality baking flour category. Its disappearance shows that Costco is prioritizing products with broader and more consistent demand. 24. Large pack Diet Pepsi. Diet Coke, old pack size. Costco used to sell diet sodas in large pack sizes, such as 36-can cases, allowing customers to get better per-can pricing when buying in bulk. Recently, however, many warehouses have stopped receiving the larger packs of Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke. Some locations now only carry smaller cases or prioritize Coke products depending on distribution agreements. Part of the reason is declining consumer demand for diet sodas and carbonated drinks in general, which reduces the need for large volume packs. This shift has pushed Costco to adjust its assortment to avoid long-term overstock. What do you think items number 25 should be? Comment below so everyone can see. As you can tell, no product is ever truly permanent at Costco. Ingredient costs, customer demand, and retail strategy can cause any item to disappear at any time. What matters most is keeping track of your own shopping habits, checking available alternatives, and stocking up on the items you use frequently. Costco has just rolled out a wave of new products. But here's something very few people notice: not every item labeled new on the shelf is actually worth the money. And some of the most eye-catching products can quietly drain your wallet in ways you wouldn't expect. From home goods and household tech to seasonal foods. For Valentine's Day, Costco is creating a very familiar feeling. Now is the right time to buy. But right for whom and for how long? Let's take a walk through the newest items that just hit the shelves this month to see which ones are truly worth buying. If you want to shop smarter this year, don't miss this. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. Tranty Rotating Vanity with Mirror. This item just hit the shelves and is often overlooked, but take a closer look. From the front, it looks like a tall, slim mirror, more like a decorative piece than a vanity. But rotate it to the side, and it's immediately clear behind the mirror is a full tabletop with divided compartments for cosmetics plus a lower pull-out section for larger items. Despite its compact appearance, placing it in a small room makes a noticeable difference. It instantly reduces clutter. That said, when you try rotating it, it feels a bit heavy and not as smooth as expected. Priced at around $349, it's on the expensive side, so it's worth stopping to take a close look before deciding whether it belongs in your cart. Conair Upright Garment Steamer. Next up is another new arrival, the Conair Upright Garment Steamer. It's a compact standing unit that doesn't require a separate ironing board, just turn it on, and it's ready to use. Heat-up time is quick with steam in a matter of seconds. It also offers multiple settings for different fabric types. At around $44.99, it's well suited for everyday wrinkle removal, especially for shirts or dresses that need a quick touch-up before heading out. Mesa Enamel Photo Frames 5-piece set. Photo frame sets like this always draw attention at Costco. This Mesa Enamel photo frame set feels solid the moment you pick it up and is priced at about $22.99 for the full set. The enamel-coated metal construction makes the frames sturdy, not flimsy like plastic ones. The 5-piece set includes 8x10, 5x7, and 4x6 sizes, and when hung together, they look clean and cohesive rather than cluttered. All-Space Foldable Fabric Storage Boxes 3-pack. Among this month's new arrivals, the All-Space Foldable Fabric Storage Box set shows up at just the right time. The set includes 3 boxes made of fabric with an internal rigid frame to hold their shape so they stay upright and don't collapse when filled. Each box has side handles, making it easy to slide them in and out of shelves. When not in use, they fold down neatly and can be stored in a closet or garage. Priced around $18 to $19 for the 3-pack, they're a practical option for quick organization. Le Chic Pâtissier Heart-Shaped Macaron. One look at this box, and it's clear Valentine's Day is approaching. The Le Chic Pâtissier Heart-Shaped Macaron set comes with 25 pieces in strawberry and vanilla flavors, priced at around $14.89, and looks very appealing on the shelf. The macarons are small, lightly colored, and neatly arranged, making them ideal for gifting or setting out at home during the season. This is the kind of item that requires no prep. Bring it home, and you have a presentable dessert ready to serve. Ghirardelli Chocolate. There's also a Ghirardelli Chocolate Lunar New Year 2026 edition packaged in a large bag featuring 2 familiar flavors: milk chocolate with caramel filling and 60% cacao dark chocolate. The packaging is specially designed for the new year, making it stand out on the shelf and easy to choose for gifting or displaying at home during the holiday. Both flavors are crowd pleasers, easy to enjoy, and not too polarizing. The price is around $15.49. Brooklyn Biltong Beef. This one is a bit different from the typical beef jerky most people are used to. Brooklyn Biltong is made in the South African style with thicker cuts of beef that aren't overly dry and aren't sweetened. The ingredient list is fairly simple: grass-fed beef, apple cider vinegar, and salt. The flavor is mildly salty and leans more toward the natural taste of the meat, making it a good fit for anyone who doesn't like heavily seasoned or overly intense dried snacks. A 12-ounce bag is priced at around $18.99, not cheap, but it works well as a protein snack that you can eat gradually or take along when traveling. Herb and Honey Braised Lamb Shanks. Meals become quick and straightforward with the herb and honey braised lamb shanks. The packaging is well put together, featuring whole lamb shanks coated in a rich brown sauce that looks very appetizing. The ingredient list clearly notes lavender, honey, thyme, basil, and Dijon mustard. All you need to do is reheat it, saves you from having to prep lamb from scratch. One serving is about 5 ounces with 22 grams of protein and relatively low carbs, making this a convenient option for anyone who wants a proper meal without the time commitment of cooking. The price is weight-based at roughly $8.39 per pound. OXO Pop Airtight Food Storage Containers. Walk a few steps further and you'll see these containers filling the shelf. The OXO Pop Airtight Food Storage Container set 4 pieces, priced at about $37.99, is a familiar sight in many homes, and every time it comes back, people still stop to take a look. The standout feature is the push-button lid. Press it down to seal, press again to open, quick and easy. The clear containers make it simple to see how much rice cereal or dry pasta is left without opening them. Both the lids and containers are food safe and dishwasher safe. Safety food storage container set 10 pieces. Right next to the OXO set, it's clear this one is aimed at everyday use. The Safety food storage container set 10 pieces includes a full range of sizes for weekly rotation, from storing leftovers to portioning meals in advance. Priced at around $29.99, it's an easy choice for anyone who needs quantity rather than just a few display containers for the pantry. A practical feature is the vented lids. When reheating in the microwave, you just open the vent instead of removing the lid entirely. The containers are freezer safe and dishwasher safe. For oven use, just remember to remove the lids. Bayside room divider shelf with fabric bins. Go a bit deeper into the furniture section and you'll find the Bayside room divider shelf with fabric bins. This is a style Costco brings back regularly, so many shoppers will recognize it. The unit is divided into 8 square cubbies and comes with fabric bins for neat storage. Priced at around $149.99, it sits squarely in the range for those who want to divide a space while adding storage at the same time. The height is low enough to avoid making a room feel closed in, but still effective at clearly separating areas. Skylight 15-inch Smart Calendar. Walking past the home goods section, this screen immediately stands out. The Skylight 15-inch Smart Calendar looks like a large digital picture frame, but it's actually a touchscreen display for managing a family schedule. At around $269.99. It's not inexpensive, but it's clearly aimed at busy households with overlapping routines. Turn it on, and you can see a shared calendar, to-do lists, school reminders, and work schedules, all visible at a glance for everyone in the household. Like the video if this surprised you. Bridgeport Design Vortex LED Floor Lamp. Turning into the lighting section, this floor lamp is hard to miss. The Bridgeport Design Vortex LED Floor Lamp is a model Costco sold last year and received a lot of positive feedback, so many shoppers recognize it right away. The current price is around $99.99. It features an integrated 30-watt LED with warm white light at 3000 Kelvin, designed more for ambient room lighting than decorative effects. The lamp stands about 59 inches tall and includes a 4-level foot switch with a dimmer making brightness adjustments quick and easy. Bond Outdoor Decorative Water Fountain. The Bond Outdoor Decorative Water Fountain stands 55 inches tall and is a new model for this year. It's slightly shorter than last year's version, giving it a more compact look. Priced at around $189.99, it falls into the category of large decorative pieces, something you buy with the intention of keeping in place long-term. The water flow is adjustable with bronze-toned details on top and faux stone at the base to create the look of a small stream. It already looks eye-catching on the shelf, but the effect is much more noticeable once the water is running. Chinese New Year Money Tree. One of the most noticeable items in the seasonal section is the Chinese New Year Money Tree. It's currently displayed at around $19.99. The tree has a compact shape with deep green leaves and decorations symbolizing good luck and prosperity, which is why many people choose it for a work desk reception counter or a corner of the living room during the Lunar New Year. 7 cubic feet garage-ready mini freezer. Turning into the appliance section, this unit immediately catches your eye. The 7 cubic foot garage-ready mini freezer, finished in a black faux stone exterior, is the kind of product many households stop to look at, even if they're not planning to buy right away. Priced at about $189.99, it's fairly accessible if you need extra freezer space. The 7 cubic foot capacity is enough for meat, frozen foods, or weekly meal prep, without being so large that it takes up too much room. It's clearly labeled as garage-ready, meaning it can handle wider temperature ranges than standard indoor freezers. Conair Infinity Pro Hairdryer. Just next to the personal care section, the Conair Infinity Pro Hairdryer is a new shelf arrival. It has a compact design and feels lighter in hand compared to traditional AC motor dryers. The unit weighs about 1.2 pounds and uses a high-speed digital motor that dries hair evenly without being overly loud. It offers 3 heat settings, 3 airflow settings, and a dedicated cool shot button, more than enough for everyday use. At $69.99, It's worth considering if you're looking to switch to a lighter dryer without stepping up to much more expensive high-end models. Blender Bottle Protein Shaker Bottles 2-Pack. This set is instantly recognizable on Costco shelves. The Blender Bottle 2-Pack is the familiar shaker style used for mixing protein or nutritional powders quickly without a blender. Inside is a metal wire whisk ball, just a few shakes, and the powder mixes smoothly with minimal clumping. The flip-top lid locks securely, making it easy to carry to the gym or keep in the car. The bottles are BPA-free and suitable for everyday use. At $18.99 for two, it's not a flashy new item, but it's a reliable staple you can buy once and use for a long time. Fantic S200 Apex Tire Inflator and Power Bank. The Fantic S200 Apex Tire Inflator with built-in power bank is a compact one-hand device that works as both a tire inflator and a portable charger. The brand claims it can inflate a tire from 28 psi to 33 psi in about 35 seconds, and a single charge can handle multiple tires in a row. Priced at $39.99, it's worth considering if you often leave your car parked for long periods or simply want a reliable backup tool in your trunk. Milwaukee 3-in-1 Hand Truck. The Milwaukee 3-in-1 Hand Truck is a versatile cart that can be reconfigured depending on the task: upright angled back or converted into a low flat platform. The large 10-inch wheels make it easier to roll over garage floors or small steps without catching. The sturdy frame and tall handle work well for moving cases of water appliances or bulk items from Costco. At $124.99, it's not inexpensive, but it's well priced for anyone who needs a hand truck for regular use, rather. Suncast Smart Tube Hose Reel Box. This item falls into the outdoor and garden category that many households start paying attention to as warmer weather approaches. The Suncast Smart Tube Hose Reel Box is a concealed hose storage unit that looks much neater than leaving a hose exposed. Priced at $79.79, it sits at a reasonable level for a long-term outdoor accessory. The box holds up to 150 feet of 5/8-inch hose and uses brass fittings which feel more solid than plastic connectors. Rapid Hose Expandable Garden Hose. One thing needs to be said clearly. This hose looks compact when it's not in use, but once you start using it, it requires some thought. The Rapid Hose is a lightly expandable design that coils down small and stores neatly in the garage, which is convenient. However, when water is turned on, the hose repeatedly expands and contracts. Over time, this can fatigue the material, especially around the connectors. At around $49.99, it's not inexpensive considering its lifespan. Wet and Forget Outdoor Cleaner. Wet and Forget. Outdoor cleaner is designed to tackle moss, mold, and algae on patios, roofs, fences, or siding. You simply attach it to a garden hose, spray the surface evenly, and then leave it alone, no scrubbing required. One bottle covers up to 3,000 square feet and costs around $29.99, which sounds appealing for large areas. The key thing to note is that the results aren't immediate. It can take several days or even weeks before the effects become clearly visible. Smart Design Acacia Wood Sofa Arm Tray. The Smart Design Acacia Wood Sofa Arm Tray sits directly on the arm of the couch with no installation required, using two spring-loaded clamps to hold it in place. Priced at about $18.99, it's ready to use right out of the box for holding a drink remote or phone. However, the two clamping arms are spring-loaded and snap back fairly quickly when released. But in homes with young children, it's easy for little fingers to get pinched if they play with it. Broadmoor Bed Frame. Seeing this piece fully assembled on the floor makes Costco's direction this year immediately clear. The Broadmoor Bed Frame is a low-profile design with a clean, simple look that pairs neatly with a mattress. The frame is sturdy without decorative detailing, making it well-suited for bedrooms that prioritize an open, uncluttered feel over heavy styling. The price is relatively accessible compared to full bedroom sets, which is why it's often chosen for quick frame replacements. Purple 11-inch Gel Mattress. The Purple 11-inch Gel Mattress feels very different from traditional foam mattresses. The surface is responsive, and you can feel the gel layer push back as soon as you press down. At 11 inches thick, it looks well-balanced on a low-profile bed frame without feeling overly tall. This mattress focuses on breathability so it doesn't trap heat, the way dense foam mattresses often do. Pricing sits in the mid to high range compared to standard mattresses, so it's worth thinking carefully before making the investment. Phantom Pro Seated Electric Scooter. This model is a seated electric scooter, which sets it apart from the more common stand-up versions. The Phantom Pro comes with a built-in seat and higher handlebars, and its overall design is geared towards slower, more stable riding. With a top speed of 15.5 miles per hour, it's suitable for short trips within residential areas. At $349.99, it's priced higher than a toy, but lower than a full electric vehicle, so it's something you'll want to consider carefully. Magnum and Jetson electric bikes. In the electric bike section, these two models are displayed side by side. Magnum electric bikes lean toward a larger form factor with a sturdier frame and stronger performance, but the price is relatively high compared to what many people actually need for daily commuting. Jetson bikes, on the other hand, are more compact and easier to maneuver and store, though their power and stability are more modest. They're better suited for very short rides on flat terrain. Bayside Highland Bar Stool. This type of stool usually gets a closer look than fixed-height models. The Bayside Highland Bar Stool uses a gas lift mechanism, allowing the seat height to adjust from about 24.7 to 32.5 inches, with a full 360-degree swivel, making it easy to move in and out at a kitchen counter. The frame supports up to 300 pounds, which is solid for everyday use. Priced at $149.99, it's not cheap, but it hasn't crossed into true premium territory either. Rubberwood Veneer Console Cabinet. It looks good at first glance, but it's worth inspecting more closely before choosing. This Rubberwood Veneer Console Cabinet has a clean, compact profile, and the veneer finish resembles natural wood, making it suitable for a living room or entryway. The cabinet doors use soft close hinges so they open and close smoothly and feel comfortable for daily use. That said, veneer is only a surface layer, not solid wood, so it's more vulnerable to dents and scratches if handled roughly. Bayside Tegan Height Adjustable Desk. The 60-inch Bayside Tegan sit-stand desk offers a wide surface that works well for a serious workstation setup. The height adjustment mechanism allows you to move from 29 inches up to 46 inches, making it easy to switch between sitting and standing. At $399.99, it's positioned as a long-term desk solution. One thing to consider is its size. The 60-inch width takes up a fair amount of space, and in smaller rooms it can feel visually heavy. White Meat Chicken Tortilla Soup. This soup looks appealing on the shelf, but it's important to read the label before grabbing it. White Meat Chicken Tortilla Soup is a ready-made option, just heat and eat. The flavor is bold with plenty of toppings, so it's quite satisfying. However, the sodium content is very high, about 890 milligrams per cup, and in reality, many people eat more than a single serving. Priced around $10.49, it works for a quick meal, but it's not something you'd want to eat frequently. Tomato and Basil Soup. Milder than heavily seasoned soups, tomato and basil soup has a creamy base that gives it a light richness and a comforting feel. Each cup contains roughly 220 calories, with about 440 milligrams of sodium, lower than the chicken tortilla soup, but still not low. At around $9.99, this is one of the more approachable, easy-to-enjoy options among prepared soups. Vegetable barley soup. Like most convenient soups, vegetable barley soup still requires attention to sodium levels. The soup has a lighter, more brothy texture, with plenty of vegetables, so it doesn't feel heavy. Each cup is about 70 calories, which is relatively low, but the sodium content remains on the higher side. Priced at $11.79, it works well as a side soup, a base for broth, or something you can add meat to in order to balance out the saltiness. Fresh chicken bone broth with ginger and turmeric. This item falls into the convenience food category but stands out for its ingredient profile. The fresh chicken bone broth with ginger and turmeric comes pre-cooked, just heat and drink. The ingredient list is fairly clean with minimal additives, and the flavor leans gently toward ginger and turmeric, making it easy to sip. Each cup has about 45 calories but delivers 11 grams of protein. After walking through everything, one thing becomes very clear. Costco has no shortage of items that can easily lead to impulse buys. Some things look convenient, but end up being used only a few times while others seem like good value until you read the label and realize they're not suitable for regular use. Smart shopping at Costco means knowing which items to grab right away and which ones to leave on the shelf even if they're hot or newly stocked. A little more awareness goes a long way toward keeping your money in your pocket and avoiding rushed buying decisions. Which new item in the video surprised you the most? Costco is wrapping up a wave of discounts, but not everything labeled on sale is actually worth buying. In reality, many shoppers regret their purchase not because they missed out, but because they bought the wrong item right before prices bounced back. These are deals on products that used to sell extremely fast, but are now deeply discounted at the last minute, and they are the reasons savvy shoppers move quickly on them. Watch until the end to know which items are worth grabbing today and which ones you can confidently leave on the shelf without a second thought. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. Philips Norelco All-in-One Trimmer. If you're looking for something that's easy to buy, easy to use, and offers some of the best value in this sale, the Philips Norelco All-in-One Trimmer 24-in-1 is the one to check out right now. Costco is taking $15 off, nearly 25% off the regular price. This is the kind of discount that usually only shows up briefly in the coupon book. What makes this kit worth it isn't the 24-in-1 number for marketing appeal, but the fact that one purchase covers almost all grooming needs: haircuts, beard, trimming, body grooming, and detail work. That means no buying separate tools that seem inexpensive on their own, but add up quickly. It works for both wet and dry use, has reliable battery life, has a compact grip, and is comfortable for everyday use. At this price, it's the best time to buy if you've already been planning to get a trimmer. Once the promotion ends, the price goes back up and the value just isn't the same anymore. Shark Stratos Cordless Vacuum. Costco is knocking $60 off right now. And if you're thinking about upgrading your vacuum during this sale, the cordless Shark Stratos deserves a close look. This is the type of deal that typically shows up near the very end of a promotion. What keeps the Shark Stratos in the spotlight is its ability to automatically detect dirt levels. When it hits a dirtier area, it boosts suction on its own, no manual adjustments needed. It may sound simple, but in daily use, the difference is obvious: less effort, less time wasted, especially in homes with pets or kids. The cordless design also means you can grab it and start cleaning immediately without dealing with plugs or complicated setup. The dustbin and attachments are designed for quick removal and easy cleaning. Battery life is sufficient for a standard full house clean without needing to recharge mid-session. Shark Never Change Max Air Purifier. Many people only start paying attention to air purifiers once their home already smells stale, or allergies kick in, and by then prices are rarely good. With the Shark Never Change Max. What stands out in this round is that Costco is discounting it by nearly $60, and this cut targets long-term value, not just a number. The biggest advantage of this model is its long-lasting filter, which doesn't need frequent replacement like most air purifiers. That means beyond the upfront discount, you avoid recurring annual filter costs, something many owners only realize months after buying other machines. The longer you use it, the clearer the savings become. It's powerful enough for medium to large rooms, includes a remote control, and is easy to move around. For homes with pets, allergy sufferers, or enclosed spaces, this is the kind of air purifier you buy once and rely on for years without worrying about constant maintenance. Keurig K-Café Coffee Maker. If you've been thinking about upgrading your home coffee setup, the Keurig K-Café is one to look at closely during this round. Costco is taking $40 off, and in the coffee maker category, that's a meaningful discount enough to change a buying decision. It brews quickly, offers multiple cup sizes, and delivers coffee at the push of a button, which makes it ideal for busy mornings. On top of that, the K-Café can create a faux espresso-style crema, good enough for making lattes or cappuccinos at home without investing in an expensive machine or learning complicated brewing techniques. Because it fits the habit of quick coffee, but better than instant. This model tends to sell steadily whenever it's discounted. With the current $40 price cut, this is a sensible entry point for anyone who's been on the fence between upgrading and sticking with an older machine. Ninja Slushy Frozen Drink Maker. For seasonal fun appliances, timing matters a lot. Buying at the right moment determines whether you really get value. With the Ninja Slushy frozen drink maker, the key detail right now is that Costco is discounting it by $60. The kind of short-term deal that usually shows up just before peak season ends. Anyone who wants fast frozen drinks, large capacity, and multiple preset modes will immediately understand why the Ninja Slushy draws attention every time it goes on sale. Just add the ingredients, press a button, and you've got slushies, frozen drinks, or cocktails at home. No complicated adjustments required. What makes this round especially notable is the discount, a deep enough cut that many shoppers decide to buy now instead of waiting. Bibigo Mandu Large Bag. Let's pause on appliances and electronics for a moment and shift to another major reason people shop at Costco: fast-selling frozen foods. If there's one item that's convenient, easy to eat, and consistently snapped up when it goes on sale, it's the Bibigo Mandu pork and vegetable dumplings in the large bag. The pork filling mixed with vegetables is well-balanced and not greasy, and the wrappers are thick enough to work well whether you pan-fry, steam, or use an air fryer. On busy days, you can have a complete meal ready in just minutes without much prep. Costco has a promotion on Bibigo Mandu right now, which is exactly why this item often sells out faster than expected. This bag is a frequent repeat buy for many households. As long as you have a pan or an air fryer, you can put together a quick meal with minimal effort. I've noticed that people who grab Mandu usually do so decisively. They don't stand around comparing. They already know the taste and are just waiting for the discount to add another bag to the freezer. Sabatasso's Pizza Singles 12 individual pizzas. Next up in the quick convenient food category. Sabatasso's Pizza Singles 12 individual pizzas is an item that gets cleared out fast whenever there's a deal. The reason is simple: quick to eat, perfectly sized, and ready to go. This time, Costco is taking $3.60 off, and for ready-to-eat frozen foods, that kind of discount makes a noticeable difference. The strength of pizza singles is flexibility. Each pizza is an individual portion with no complicated thawing required. You can toss one into an air fryer, oven, or microwave and have it ready in minutes. It's ideal for rushed lunches, late dinners, or households with kids who all want something different. Rao's Tomato Sauce, 2 28-ounce jars. For anyone who cooks at home regularly, Rao's Tomato Sauce, 2 28-ounce jars, is an item worth paying attention to the moment it goes on sale. This time, Costco is taking $3 off, and for a product that rarely sees deep discounts, that's enough for many shoppers to buy without hesitation. Rao's is popular because it's simple and consistent. The sauce is thick with a clear tomato flavor, not overly sweet, and definitely not the kind that smells industrial the moment you open the jar. It works well for pasta, homemade pizza, or as a base for stews and braised dishes. Most importantly, it's something people actually use regularly, not a try it once and forget it in the pantry kind of purchase. Many compare it to traditional Italian-style sauces, straightforward, versatile, and easy to eat without feeling heavy. Kirkland's Signature Paper Towels. When it comes to everyday household value, it's hard to overlook Kirkland's Signature Paper Towels. What's catching attention this round is that they're on promotion, bringing the per-roll cost noticeably lower than usual. For consumables like paper towels, even a few dollars in savings adds up over a month, especially for larger households or families with kids. Kirkland paper towels are well regarded for being thick, durable, and resistant to falling apart when wet. They're versatile enough for everything from the bathroom to the kitchen. Many people stick with this line long-term because it's consistently reliable. You buy it once and don't feel the need to switch brands. Like the video if this one surprised you. Bose Solo Soundbar 2/JBL Cinema 3.1.2 Soundbar. Are you thinking about upgrading your home audio? This is a particularly easy time to decide because Costco is offering deals on 2 soundbars in different tiers: the Bose Solo Soundbar 2 and the JBL Cinema 3.1.2. The question isn't which one is better, but which one fits your needs before the deal ends. For the Bose Solo Soundbar 2, Costco is taking $30 off. This is a solid choice for anyone who doesn't need heavy bass and simply wants clearer TV audio in a compact, easy-to-set-up package. It's well-suited for bedrooms, small apartments, or everyday TV viewing spaces. Bose excels at voice clarity, so news, movies, and YouTube all sound noticeably better right away without much tweaking. On the other hand, the JBL Cinema 3.1.2 is a clear step up for those who want a more cinematic experience at home. It includes a wireless subwoofer, supports Dolby Atmos, and delivers fuller, wider sound. With the current pricing, it sits in a very easy-to-justify range for its feature set, which is why people who've had their eye on it tend to jump on the deal. If you've been considering an upgrade to your TV audio, this is one of the easiest moments to make that decision. LG Ultra-Wide 34-inch Monitor 120Hz. The LG Ultra-Wide 34-inch monitor is currently discounted by $49 at Costco, and it's the kind of deal that makes anyone working from home stop and take a closer look. Just imagine having email, an Excel file, and a browser tab open at the same time without constantly alt-tabbing it. Quickly becomes clear why wide-aspect monitors get so much attention when prices drop. The 34-inch size provides ample horizontal space, making it easy to divide your workspace clearly instead of relying on two separate monitors. For people who spend long hours at a computer each day, viewing everything on one continuous screen helps improve workflow and reduces eye strain. The relatively deep discount makes this monitor far more accessible, especially for those who have been planning to upgrade their workspace but have been holding back because of the price. Samsung S90F OLED TV. For anyone waiting for the right moment to move up to OLED, the Samsung S90F in the 65-inch and 77-inch sizes is at one of the easiest points to buy before the promotion ends. Costco typically doesn't keep OLED TV deals around for long, and once the pricing signs come down, the gap closes quickly. The S90F became popular because it hits a sweet spot between performance and price. Shoppers usually compare extensively before choosing, and when they see OLED quality at a reasonable Costco discount, decisions tend to happen fast. What draws people to the S90F is true OLED picture quality, deep colors, strong contrast, and detailed dark scenes. Movies and sports both look immediately impressive. The 65-inch size works well for an average living room, while the 77-inch version is ideal for those who want a near-home theater experience without jumping into an even higher price tier. Shark Power Detect Robot Vacuum and Mop. Another Shark vacuum line is also seeing a very strong deal at Costco, but this time it's not a cordless stick vacuum. It's the Shark Power Detect Robot Vacuum and Mop, currently discounted by $120. For a robot with a self-cleaning dock, this level of discount doesn't come around often. The Shark Power Detect is well suited for busy households, homes with pets, or anyone who doesn't want to deal with dustbins and mop pads every day. It vacuums and mops in one run, then returns to its dock automatically, requiring very little manual involvement. One of its strengths is the ability to detect dirtier areas and clean them more thoroughly, so you don't need to run multiple passes. If you've already considered a cordless vacuum for quick cleanups, this robot is the next step toward reducing daily chores. The current promotion won't last long, and once it ends, robots in this category typically jump right back to a higher price. If a robot vacuum is on your list for the near future, this is a deal worth checking right now. Philips Sonicare Water Flosser 2-pack. Moving into personal care, there's a deal that's easy to miss if you're just walking past the small appliance section. The Philips Sonicare Water Flosser 2-pack is $30 off at Costco. Discounts like this are uncommon for oral care products, especially when sold as a set. Water flossers clean between teeth faster than traditional floss, making them especially useful for people with braces, sensitive gums, or anyone short on time. These units are rechargeable and cordless. Grab one and use it right away, which fits well into busy evening routines. With the current $30 discount, this is the kind of deal that's best picked up while it's still on the shelf. Once the promotion ends, the price goes right back up, while dental care needs don't wait. Vitamix Blender. This round, Costco is offering a discount of over $99 on Vitamix blenders, and as a result, this section no longer feels like a look but don't touch area. I've noticed quite a few people stopping, examining the machine closely, and rereading the box details before deciding. With Vitamix, almost everyone already knows the quality. The real question has always been the price. Vitamix isn't designed for occasional blending. It's built for regular use and handles tough ingredients like nuts, fibrous vegetables, ice, and even hot soups with ease. Its main advantage is consistent blending power and smooth results without needing to stop, stir, or constantly adjust settings. Vitamix is widely seen as a long-term investment. When used regularly and as intended, the value becomes much clearer compared to standard blenders in the everyday category. Ninja Creamy Deluxe Ice Cream Maker. Next up is a deal that families with kids or anyone who hosts on weekends will find especially appealing. The Ninja Creamy Deluxe is currently discounted by nearly $49 at Costco, which is a relatively rare price cut for this ice cream maker. The Ninja Creamy Deluxe is designed to make homemade frozen treats as simply as possible. You prep the ingredients, freeze them ahead of time, place the container into the machine, select a program, and you're done. Ice cream sorbet or other frozen desserts with no complicated adjustments or techniques. The deluxe version offers a larger capacity than the standard model, so you can make multiple servings in one batch, making it more practical for families rather than just one or two people. It comes with multiple preset programs, making it easy to switch things up based on preferences, especially useful during warmer months or on weekends when you need a quick dessert option for kids. Deli Paris Hardshell Luggage Set 2-Piece. Next is a deal that's hard to miss when walking through the luggage section, since it's a 2-piece set and currently $40 off at Costco. When it comes to luggage, seeing a 2-piece combo alone is often enough to make people stop. One purchase covers both short trips and longer travel. The Deli Paris set features hard shell construction, smooth rolling spinner wheels, a lightweight pull handle, and a clean combination lock system. The strength of this line is that it feels sturdy without being overly heavy, making it easy to maneuver through airports or in and out of cars. Having two sizes in one set adds a lot of flexibility, the smaller case for short trips and the larger one for longer stays or family travel. Deli is a well-known brand in the mid to upper luggage category, so buyers generally aren't concerned about durability or build quality. When discounted, the 2-piece set becomes far more reasonable compared to buying individual suitcases elsewhere. I've noticed many people choose this set because they expect to use it long-term without needing frequent replacements. Fabric Sleeper Sofa. A fabric sleeper sofa is also seeing a $400 discount at Costco right now, which explains why the display area consistently draws attention. For large furniture items, discounts of this size aren't common, and seeing the price tag alone is enough to make many shoppers pause and seriously consider it. This sofa works well as everyday seating, and when needed, it easily pulls out into a bed. It's ideal for homes that host overnight guests, smaller apartments that need to maximize space, or home offices that double as guest rooms. The neutral fabric is easy to match with different interiors and avoids the bulky look that many sleeper sofas tend to have. One major advantage is that Costco includes delivery setup and removal of old furniture, so buyers don't have to worry about extra costs or handling transportation themselves. For heavy, bulky items like sofas, this service makes the purchase decision much easier. After walking through this round of deals, the most noticeable takeaway is that Costco is focusing its discounts on items many households actually use. These aren't products you look at just out of curiosity. You can immediately picture when and how you'd use them at home. All the items mentioned are practical long-term purchases that can be used right away and deliver more value the longer you own them. With prices temporarily lower, it feels like you're spending less while still getting full value in return. When you catch deals like this at the right time, it's worth taking advantage because weeks like this don't come around often. Choose carefully, buy decisively, and walk away feeling satisfied, not second-guessing whether you should have waited longer. Which deal in the video surprised you the most? Costco is clearing out inventory more aggressively than usual this January, but here's what very few people say out loud. Not everything labeled clearance is actually worth buying. Some items are deeply discounted because they're selling too slowly, outdated, or about to be removed from shelves. On the other hand, there are deals where if you don't know how to read Costco price tags or understand inventory cycles, you might buy too early and end up paying more just a few weeks later. This is a list of deals you shouldn't miss this month. Watch until the end to know which items are worth waiting on, which ones you should grab right away, and which discounts are the traps shoppers fall into most often. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. OmniHeat Ceramic Heater 2-Pack. Let's start with the OmniHeat Ceramic Heater 2-Pack. At first glance, it looks like a great winter deal with Costco, dropping the price to around $29.97 for both units. But here's the honest take. This is the kind of deal that easily creates a false sense of savings. The price isn't dropping because demand is high. It's dropping because cold season is ending and inventory is still heavy. Compared to the original price of about $39, this isn't a truly deep discount yet. There's a strong chance you'll see it fall another $10 as Costco clears space for spring items. Cuisinart Grind and Brew Coffee Maker. Walking past the coffee maker section, you'll spot the single-serve Cuisinart Grind and Brew marked down to $119.97. This machine grinds beans and brews. In one step, press a button, and you get fresh hot coffee. It's ideal for busy mornings and for anyone who doesn't want separate grinders cluttering the counter. The compact size fits easily in small kitchens. At this price, it's clearly entered the clearance phase, but this may not be the final drop. Remember the location. Remember the price because there are items further down that are falling even harder. Ninja Crispy. The Ninja Crispy is showing up at Costco in a very telling position marked as a manager special and showing signs of being discontinued. This is where shoppers are most likely to panic buy. Many people see the word clearance and grab it immediately, but with the Ninja Crispy, the current price isn't the key issue. When a small appliance still has inventory but carries a discontinued signal, prices often drop further, especially as Costco makes room for newer versions. Disney and Friends Waffle Maker. In the kitchen section, you'll find the Disney and Friends Waffle Maker sitting in the clearance aisle at $19.97. It's a small machine that heats up quickly and makes Disney-shaped waffles in a single press, perfect for families with kids or fast weekend breakfasts. It's not a premium appliance, but it's simple, fun, and easy to use. At this price, it's a reasonable buy now deal, not one worth waiting on. Cold Press Juicer. The Cold Press Juicer is currently marked as discontinued and discounted, sitting around $149.97 depending on the warehouse. It sounds tempting, but this is exactly where many shoppers rush in too early. With past cold press models, once the asterisk appears, prices often fall another $30 to $50 if inventory remains. If you're not in a hurry, waiting for the $129 to $139 range is the smarter move. Belkin 2-in-1 Magnetic Wireless Charging Stand. In the accessories section, the Belkin 2-in-1 Magnetic Wireless Charging Stand is down to $19.97. You snap your iPhone into place with MagSafe, and the base charges AirPods at the same time, clean, compact, and perfect for a desk or nightstand. Belkin is a premium accessory brand, so seeing a drop this deep at Costco is rare. SpyPoint Flex G36 Pro Trail/Security Camera. Deeper in the outdoor section, you'll come across the SpyPoint Flex G36 Pro, sitting in the clearance aisle at $79.97. This is a standalone cellular camera that doesn't require Wi-Fi, just insert the batteries and it's ready to go. It captures photos and records 1080p video with audio. Star Wars Pinball Machine. As soon as you step into the entertainment section, the Star Wars Pinball Machine immediately stands out, an item that rarely sees major discounts at Costco. The shelf price has dropped to $2,999.97, down from around $4,800 in warehouses before, and even higher online. This is an officially licensed pinball machine with full Star Wars sound effects and visuals. It's not for everyone, but for anyone who's been waiting for the right moment to buy a big-ticket toy, this is a deal worth noticing. Sharper Image Power Percussion Edge Plus Massager. Next up is the Sharper Image Power Percussion Edge Plus Massage Gun, now marked down to $39.97. This is a quiet handheld massager with 4 speed levels and 4 interchangeable heads. It recharges via USB-C, making it easy to pack for travel or keep in your car. At this price point, it's already hit the familiar bottom range for Sharper Image products at Costco. Tenneco iFloor 3 Ultra. A few steps further in, you'll see the Ultra version of the cleaning device, one of those products that makes people stop and look the longest in the aisle. It's currently priced at $199.97, a level that forces a quick decision. The Ultra model excels at combined vacuuming and mopping, handling both hard floors and low-pile rugs. It's a good fit for homes with kids, pets, or floors that get dirty easily. That said, the shelves still show a decent amount of inventory, which suggests Costco is clearing stock. but this may not be the final price drop yet. Adilla Heat Express Dual Zone Electric Hot Pot. Turn the corner and you'll spot the Adilla Heat Express Dual Zone Electric Hot Pot, an item that clearly signals Costco is trying to move inventory quickly. The current price is $49.97. At first glance, it looks reasonable, but a closer look tells a bigger story. The pot has a large 6.3-quart capacity, 2 separate compartments for different broths, and a powerful 1,600-watt heating element that brings soup to a boil in about 10 minutes. The interior ceramic non-stick coating also makes cleanup fairly easy. Bella Slow Cooker Set 2-pack. Walking past the Bella 2-piece slow cooker set, it's clear this isn't an item to hesitate on. The price is now $39.97 down from $49.99. Unlike many clearance items, this set has consistently strong reviews, so inventory tends to move steadily rather than piling up. You get 2 cookers in one box, a large 6-quart pot for full family meals, and a smaller 2-quart pot that's perfect for soup, sauces, or keeping side dishes warm. Like the video if this surprised you. Chefman Warming Tray. Over in the kitchen section, you'll find the Chefman Warming Tray, exactly the kind of item Costco pushes out during post-holiday clearance. The price is now $29.97, noticeably lower than when it first hit the shelves. This tray does one thing well: it keeps food warm once it's on the table. It's great for family-style meals, small gatherings, or when food is ready before everyone sits down. The flat surface is easy to wipe clean, and it's as simple as plugging it in, no complicated settings required. Globe Rechargeable Wall Lights 2-pack. Right in the lighting section, you'll see the Globe Rechargeable Wall Lights priced at $29.97. These are wire-free lights. Mount them on the wall, and they're ready to use. They run on removable rechargeable batteries with up to about 15 hours of runtime per charge. They're well-suited for hallways, bedrooms, staircases, or areas where running electrical wiring isn't practical. One downside: there's no remote, so all controls are located directly on the light itself. Arctica Sunrays LED Light Panel. Next up is the Arctica Sunrays LED Light Panel, marked at $24.97 with an asterisk, the familiar sign that the item is being discontinued. This is a 1x4-foot LED panel with even lighting, battery-powered operation, and the ability to link multiple panels together into one continuous strip. It works especially well for walkways, garages, backyards, or taking pets out at night. The biggest advantage is quick installation with no wiring required, plus brightness strong enough for outdoor use. GOI Elite Fixed Outdoor Lighting. Nearby is the GOI Elite Fixed Outdoor Lighting System, now priced at $199.97 after dropping another $100. Classic signs of an aggressive clearance. This is a permanent outdoor lighting setup designed for long-term use, with even illumination suitable for front facades, porches, or walkways. The current price is far more approachable than when it first launched, and the size of the discount suggests Costco is moving it out fast ahead of newer models. Sand and Fog 57-ounce Candle. You don't even have to stand close to the shelf to recognize the familiar scent. That's the Sand and Fog 57-ounce candle, now marked down to $22.97 in this January clearance. This is a large format jar candle with a long burn time and a natural wood lid that looks clean and polished, suitable for living rooms or bedrooms. The scents lean toward relaxing profiles like teak tobacco, ocean mist, or fir, nothing overly sweet or overpowering. Wellspun Bathroom Rug 24x36. Toward the end of the aisle, you'll spot the Wellspun 24x36 bathroom rug, priced at $11.97 an item. That doesn't look exciting at first, but makes more sense the longer you think about it. Made from 100% cotton, it has a medium thickness, absorbs water well, and isn't slippery. The 24x36-inch size fits most family bathrooms, and neutral colors, like gray, white, and beige, make it easy to match. Umbria Gallery Frame Set 7 Frames. Walking through the home decor section, you'll come across the Umbria Gallery Frame Set 7 Frames, priced at $19.97. One of those items that looks minor, but immediately catches the eye of anyone who decorates walls. You get 7 matching frames designed for a clean gallery wall layout with a black finish that works well in spaces from living rooms to hallways. Sorrel Joan of Arc Boots. The shoe section still clearly reflects the winter season, and the Sorel Joan of Arc boots are sitting there at $79.97, a price that makes many shoppers stop and look twice. These are tall women's boots that are waterproof, insulated, and have good traction for snow and light ice. What stands out is that sizing is still fairly complete, a strong sign that Costco is clearing inventory after peak winter demand. Puma athletic shoes. In the athletic shoe aisle, it's easy to spot which items are being pushed out quickly, and the Puma sneakers fit that profile at $24.97. That price is very tempting, but a brief pause explains why inventory remains high. The shoes are lightweight and comfortable for everyday wear, light workouts or short walks. However, they aren't built for heavy running or long-term daily use. 32 degrees heated socks. In the cold weather section, you'll find the 32 degrees heated socks priced at $29.97. One of those items that makes more sense the colder it gets. These are rechargeable heated socks with multiple heat settings. Turn them on, and they warm up quickly, making them ideal for early morning walks, outdoor work, or especially cold days. The batteries provide several hours of heat, enough for a full outing. The fabric is thick and snug without feeling bulky inside shoes. 32 degrees heated vest. Right next to the heated socks, Costco has placed the 32 degrees heated vest, an obvious move to clear winter gear as a group. The current price is $39.97, far more reasonable than when it first launched. This vest focuses on core warmth, heating the chest and back with multiple heat levels that you can feel almost immediately. It's thin and lightweight, easy to layer under a jacket without feeling bulky. Practical for early commutes, standing outdoors, driving, or working in cold conditions. Power Paws and Mobile Warming Heated Gloves. Completing the cold weather setup are the Power Paws and Mobile Warming Heated Gloves, placed right after the 32 degrees items. Another clear signal Costco is pushing winter gear out fast. Power Paws are down to $19.97. These are basic rechargeable heated gloves that warm up quickly, well suited for morning walks, walking pets, or short periods outdoors. Mobile warming gloves are the more premium option at $59.97, offering more even heat, thicker and more durable materials, and better performance for long outdoor exposure or heavier work. 32 degrees long sleeve shirts and leggings. Still within the warming category, the 32 degrees long sleeve shirts and leggings are priced at $9.97 each. These are base layers, thin, lightly insulating, and breathable. They layer comfortably under jackets or heated vests without trapping heat. Sizes are still fairly complete. The long sleeve tops have a clean fitted cut, and the leggings are snug with good stretch. They work well for early mornings, light workouts, or everyday wear at home. Nautilus Yoga Mat. In the fitness section, the Nautilus Yoga Mat is sitting in the clearance aisle at $14.97, a price that makes many people stop even if they weren't planning to buy one. It's a thick mat that works well on hardwood floors or carpet, suitable for basic yoga, stretching planks, or light workouts. To be clear, this isn't a premium mat for advanced practice. Grip is moderate, so people who sweat heavily may find it a bit slippery. Copper Fit Knee Sleeve. Not front and center but often picked up on a second pass is the Copper Fit Knee Sleeve, priced at $14.97, right in line with Costco's push of body support items after the new year. This is a compression knee sleeve with good stretch that provides warmth, stability, and reduced strain when walking, climbing stairs, standing for long periods, or doing light exercise. The design is thin enough to wear under pants without bulk, and easy to remove and wash. Little Hotties Hand and Foot Warmers 30-pack. Low on the shelf and easy to miss, the Little Hotties Hand and Foot Warmers 30-pack are actually one of the fastest moving items during cold spells. The price is $6.97, the kind of deal people instinctively reach for. These are single-use warmers. Open the packet and they heat up on their own. No batteries or charging required. Each pack provides hours of warmth and fits easily into pockets, gloves, shoes, or boots. Colgate Total Active Prevention Toothpaste. In the personal care aisle, Colgate Total Active Prevention Toothpaste is listed at $9.97 for a large multi-pack, classic post-holiday pricing on a daily essential. This line focuses on all-around protection, including gum support, plaque control, and long-lasting freshness. It's designed for everyday use, not quick whitening formulas that can cause sensitivity. Premier protein shakes. Caramel and cookie dough. Walking past the supplements section, it's hard to miss the Premier Protein ready-to-drink shakes in caramel and cookie dough, now marked down to $23.97 classic post-New Year clearance pricing. These are grab-and-go protein shakes with 30 grams of protein per bottle, no mixing required. The caramel flavor is a favorite for pouring into iced coffee, while cookie dough is smooth and easy to drink as a quick snack replacement. Isopure Zero Carb Protein Powder, Vanilla. Right next to the protein shakes is the Isopure Zero Carb Vanilla Protein Powder, reduced to $34.97 for the 3.4-pound tub, a price that immediately catches the attention of experienced gym-goers. This is a zero-carb formula with 25 grams of protein per serving, and only 110 calories, making it ideal for cutting phases low-carb diets or anyone avoiding added sugar. The vanilla flavor mixes easily, works well on its own, or blends smoothly into smoothies without being overly sweet. Etherio Albarino White Wine. A quick glance through the wine section, and the Etherio Albarino White Wine stands out at $10.97, a price that makes many people pause even if they weren't planning to buy wine. Albarino is a Spanish white grape known for its fresh, crisp profile with light acidity. Served chilled, it pairs especially well with seafood salads or lighter meals. Large format Chardonnay. For larger gatherings, the oversized bottle of Chardonnay has been marked down to $59.97, typical post-holiday clearance for big format bottles. The standout here is the size ideal for parties, family get-togethers, or simply making a statement on the table without opening multiple standard bottles. The Chardonnay style is familiar and approachable, smooth, lightly creamy, and easy to pair with chicken pasta or seafood and cream sauces. Japanese Maple Tree Lego. This item is usually priced around $39.97 depending on the warehouse. It's designed more as an adult decorative piece once assembled. It looks great on a desk, bookshelf, or work table without feeling childish or overly colorful. The red-orange maple leaves give it a soft, calming look, making it ideal for anyone who likes the feel of plants but doesn't want the upkeep of real ones. Assembly isn't too difficult and can be relaxing, and it also works well as a gift since it isn't tied to any specific season. Igloo Beverage Tote. In the outdoor and picnic area, the Igloo Beverage Tote is being pushed out at $14.97, pure post-holiday clearance energy. The insulated bag includes removable dividers and holds wine bottles, sodas, or cans easily. The exterior has a faux leather finish, giving it a cleaner, more polished look than typical picnic coolers. It works well for picnics, bringing wine to gatherings, or simply transporting drinks in the car. Zuru Fugglers Plush Toys. Tucked into the toy section are Zuru Fugglers, the quirky, ugly, cute plush toys kids love, now listed at $4 as a manager special. Fugglers are known for their weird expressions and exposed plastic teeth, making them instantly recognizable. They're soft, safe, and easy to grab as small gifts. Stock is scattered, and styles vary by warehouse, a clear sign they're selling through quickly. Decorative Ribbon. On a side display, decorative ribbon is also marked at $4 with a manager special tag. These are large, wide rolls and colors that work year-round, not just for holidays. They're useful for gift wrapping, wreaths, shelf decor, or craft projects. Uneven color availability suggests warehouse-by-warehouse sell-through, so once a color is gone, it's gone. At this price, it's an easy pickup for anyone who crafts or likes to keep supplies on hand for birthdays and parties. Green-Made Storage Bins, 27-gallon. The Green-Made 27-gallon storage bins are now priced at $9.97, classic January warehouse clearing pricing. These are thick plastic bins with secure locking lids, a stackable design, and good load capacity. They're well suited for garage storage, seasonal items, holiday decor, or emergency supplies. The 27-gallon size is spacious without being awkward to pull in and out. Looking across all of Costco's January deals, one pattern is clear. Real value doesn't come from buying the cheapest item. It comes from buying at the right time for the right need. Some items don't even need deep discounts because their long-term usefulness already justifies the price. Shopping at Costco right now isn't about grabbing everything in sight. It's about watching the clearance rhythm, understanding why items are being pushed out, and making calmer, smarter decisions that actually fit your needs and your budget. Which deal in the video surprised you the most? If you've ever walked into Costco, looked around, didn't see any big sale signs or discount posters and thought there was probably nothing worth buying that day, there's a good chance you just missed some of the cheapest deals in the entire store. Costco has a type of discount they don't advertise. It's not promoted in the app, not mentioned in emails, and not announced in-store. These aren't small token markdowns either. Some items are quietly discounted by 30%, 40%, or even more. Below are 30 hidden deals sitting right on the shelves that most shoppers completely overlook. Watch through to the end, and you'll know which items are worth grabbing immediately and which ones you can safely skip. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1 Chefman Coffee Maker. The Chefman Coffee Maker is one of those deals that's easy to walk past because it looks fairly basic at first glance. What makes it worth a closer look is the quiet price drop currently in effect. Its regular price usually sits around $50 to $60, but right now it's been lowered to just over $40. That's enough of a cut to move it into the category of worth buying for long-term use. With the ability to brew anywhere from a single cup to more than a dozen built-in scheduling and reliable keep-warm functionality, this is the kind of machine that can noticeably reduce how much you spend on coffee runs each week. 2 KitchenAid Stand Mixer. Once you move past the smaller countertop items, the large kitchen appliance section is where Costco tends to apply its deepest discounts, and the KitchenAid Stand Mixer is a prime example. Not long ago, its price had climbed to over $400, causing many shoppers to admire it briefly and move on. Right now, the price has dropped to just over $300, roughly a $100 reduction on an appliance widely considered a long-term investment. 3 Ninja Flip Oven. Continuing through the kitchen section just beyond the larger mixers, the Ninja Flip Oven is one item that makes a lot of shoppers stop and double-check the price. This compact fold-up oven doesn't take up much counter space, but the real story is the discount. Outside of Costco, it typically sells for close to $200. Right now at Costco, it's been marked down to around $140 to $150. That's a deep enough cut to move it from interesting to look at into seriously worth considering. With fast preheating and solid performance for pizza, air frying, and toasting, the Ninja Flip is clearly aimed at people who want quick, efficient cooking without running a full-size oven. 4 Ninja IQ Blender. In the blending and prep section, the Ninja IQ Blender is another item many shoppers overlook simply because it feels familiar. But the current price is what makes it worth paying attention to. Normally, this model sits around $70 to $80, but Costco has quietly lowered it to around $60. It's not a dramatic markdown, but it's enough to make it a very reasonable everyday blender. With strong power, it handles ice smoothies, sauces, and nut butters, reliably making it a solid value at this price point. 5 Shokz OpenFit SE Headphones. In the personal electronics aisle, the Shokz OpenFit SE headphones are easy to ignore if you only glance at the box. The current discount, however, is what makes them stand out. Elsewhere, these typically sell for over $120. At Costco right now, they're priced closer to $90 to $100. That's a meaningful discount for open-ear headphones, which are rarely cheap. The strength of Shokz lies in their design. They sit outside the ear, allowing you to listen to music while still hearing your surroundings, ideal for walking, running, or wearing all day while working. 6 Polaroid Instant Camera Bundle. In the instant camera section, this Polaroid bundle tends to catch attention because the price feels unusually reasonable for what you get. Instead of buying the camera first and then spending another $30 to $40 on film separately, Costco offers this bundle for under $100 ready to use right out of the box. With Polaroid cameras, the ongoing cost of film is often what holds people back. Having film included in the purchase price helps prevent that immediate sticker shock and keeps the total cost more predictable from the start. 7 Swiss Gear Travel Backpack. Continuing in the travel and mobility section, the Swiss Gear Travel Backpack is an item many people recognize immediately because it's familiar and easy to use. The design focuses on carrying a lot, without looking bulky structured shape, sturdy feel, and smooth, reliable zippers. It works well for commuting school and short weekend trips. The current in-store price is just under $40, slightly cheaper than buying online, which is why many shoppers choose it on the spot after seeing it in person. It's not a fashion backpack, but it makes up for that with durability and practicality. 8 Soundcore Boom V2 Bluetooth Speaker. A few steps further into the portable speaker aisle, the Soundcore Boom V2 stands out because of its size and its surprisingly reasonable price for what it delivers. Normally, a large outdoor-ready speaker with strong output and solid water resistance easily costs over $100. At Costco, the Boom V2 is currently priced at just over $70. With powerful sound-clear bass and full waterproofing, it even floats if dropped in water. This is the kind of speaker that works just as well for picnics as it does indoors. 9 PlayStation 5. Moving into the entertainment section, the area where people tend to linger the longest, the PlayStation 5 still draws attention, even though it's been out for a while. What's notable at Costco is that you can choose from all 3 versions instead of being pushed into just one. There's the digital edition for players who are fully online, the disc version for added flexibility and resale value, and the Pro version for those who want stronger performance and longer-term use. The price isn't shockingly cheap, but it's usually a few dozen better than elsewhere, and Costco's return policy adds extra peace of mind. 10 Val Haircut and Beard Trimmer Set. This is an item many people glance at and think, I'll just go to a barber shop. But taking a closer look, it's actually a purchase that reduces long-term costs. Instead of spending a few dollars every time you get a haircut or trim your beard, this cordless wall set is currently priced at just over $50 at Costco, meaning it pays for itself after just a few uses. It's rechargeable, includes detailed attachments, and works well for basic haircuts and beard trimming at home. 11 Blink Security Camera Bundle. Right at the start of the home security aisle, the Blink Camera Bundle is an item that often makes people stop and look twice, because the discount is so obvious. This isn't a small markdown, it's close to half off. Inside the box, you get outdoor cameras, a video doorbell, and even a pan-tilt camera. At the current price of just over $130, you're buying an entire home monitoring system for your house, garage, or backyard, rather than paying premium prices for individual pieces. While the real-world battery life isn't quite the 2 years advertised, the trade-off is a very low entry cost for anyone wanting basic security without a large upfront investment. Like the video if this surprised you. 12 Cuisinart Hand Mixer. The Cuisinart Hand Mixer is currently priced under $30, which causes many people to rethink their expectations. It's not a high-end machine, you can tell the build is fairly basic, but it comes with a full set of beaters, enough accessories, and a storage case to keep everything organized. It works well for home baking needs. At this price point, it's not aimed at serious bakers, but it's a solid choice for anyone who wants a compact, affordable tool to use when needed without spending much. 13 Ninja Blast Portable Blender. The Ninja Blast Portable Blender is currently priced at just under $40, low enough that many shoppers start seriously considering it instead of just looking. It's a rechargeable cordless blender that's lightweight and easy to carry, ideal for quick smoothies, protein shakes, or blending soft fruit when you don't want to pull out a full-size blender. One noticeable change this year is that it comes with a single motor base, but includes 2 cups, more than enough for everyday personal use. 14 Snacks. The snacks in this section may look familiar, but the current prices are enough to make many shoppers take a second look. Large bags of pita chips have been marked down to under $6, cheap enough to buy for everyday snacking or casual get-togethers. At the same time, family-size bags of Doritos are sitting at under $5, a price that's rare for bags that large. These aren't healthy snacks, but when you're buying in bulk for a household or a gathering, prices like this significantly cut costs compared to buying smaller bags elsewhere. 15 Scalloped Potatoes. These scalloped potatoes are one of those convenience foods many people end up buying again each season. The tray is large, requires only a few minutes of reheating, and works well for a quick dinner or as a side dish with grilled meat. The current price has dropped to under $6 for the full tray, which feels very reasonable considering the portion size and convenience. The serving is generous, but it's worth noting that it's high in starch and salt, better suited for quick meals rather than everyday eating. 16 Oil Marinated Mozzarella. Oil-marinated mozzarella looks appealing and is convenient for salads or serving with bread, but this is an item where it pays to read the label before putting it in your cart. The price is currently under $8, which isn't high, but the issue lies in the type of oil used. If seed oils like canola or sunflower oil are listed before olive oil, that means seed oil makes up the majority. In that case, you're paying for convenience at the expense of lower quality fats. At this price point, many shoppers prefer to buy fresh mozzarella and marinate it at home, giving them full control over the oil and avoiding products that look good but aren't worth it ingredient-wise. Siboney Parmesan cheese. This 24-month aged Parmesan is something many people grab out of habit without paying attention to the aging time. The key detail is that it's aged long enough to develop a firm texture and deep aroma. You can feel the dryness and smell the intensity as soon as you grate it. The current price has dropped to just over $12 per container, which is lower than shorter-aged Parmesan sold elsewhere. 18 baguette bread. The baguettes here are another familiar item that's easy to pick up because the price is especially reasonable right now. A 2-pack is priced at under $4, which works out to about $2 per loaf. The crust is lightly crisp, the inside soft, great with soup cheese or for quick sandwiches. This isn't artisan bread, but at this price it clearly falls into the category of buy it for today and enjoy it without hesitation. 19 Goya canned beans. These Goya beans usually sit quietly on the shelf because they're so familiar, but the current pricing is causing more shoppers to rethink stocking up. A large multi-pack including chickpeas, black beans, or kidney beans is priced under $7, meaning each can cost just slightly more than pocket change. Since the beans are already cooked, they're ready to use straight from the can for salad soups or stews. This is the kind of food you buy once and spread across multiple meals throughout the week. 20 Oral-B Series 5 Electric Toothbrush Set. This Oral-B Series 5 electric toothbrush set stands out because of how many accessories are included at a relatively reasonable price. With 2 handles, multiple brush heads, charging docks, and a travel case, the current total price is just over $100, significantly cheaper than buying everything separately. The features worth noting are the multiple brushing modes and the pressure sensor, which helps prevent brushing too hard, something many people don't think about until gum issues appear. 21 Roborock Robot Vacuum. This Roborock model has been getting a lot of attention because it handles both vacuuming and mopping in a single unit. The included dock takes care of nearly everything automatically, while the dual rotating mop pads clean floors more effectively than the typical drag cloth mopping used by basic models. The current price is just under $1,000, which is lower than comparable configurations sold elsewhere. Compared to entry-level robot vacuums, the key difference here is the level of automation and the fact that it delivers real mopping performance. That's why shoppers who are deciding between a standard robot and an all-in-one model tend to spend quite a bit of time weighing this option at the shelf. 22 Shark Power Detect Vacuum. After the personal care electronics moving into cleaning appliances, the Shark Power Detect is the model many shoppers stop to compare prices on. It still offers a laser dust detection light, strong suction, and long battery life, but the current price is hovering just over $300, clearly lower than many familiar high-end models. A key highlight is its ability to automatically detect different floor surfaces and adjust suction accordingly, so you don't have to constantly change settings around the house. This isn't a purchase driven by brand loyalty. It's about getting the right level of performance for the price, especially for those who want strong cleaning power without overspending. 23 Dyson V15 Vacuum. Right next to the Shark, the Dyson V15 is the vacuum that makes many people stop and stare just to check the price. This model has long been considered a premium benchmark thanks to its laser dust detection, powerful suction, and lightweight feel in hand. Its previous list price caused plenty of hesitation, but right now the price has dropped sharply to under $500, a significant reduction from before. Compared with cheaper alternatives, the Dyson V15 stands out for its overall build quality and user experience. 24 Nautilus Yoga Mat. Located near the fitness equipment section, the Nautilus Yoga Mat looks appealing at first glance, but it's one item that comes with a clear warning before putting it in your cart. The current price is under $15, which sounds like a great deal for a yoga mat. However, what disappoints many buyers is how slippery it becomes during use. Despite being labeled as non-slip, Many reviews report that once you start sweating, the surface loses grip, especially during balance poses. 25 Type S Jump Starter and Power Bank. After the battery-powered devices, the Type S Jump Starter and Power Bank stand out for its versatility more than their appearance. With a current price under $50, many shoppers see it as a just-in-case item worth keeping on hand. In addition to jump-starting a car with a weak battery, it also functions as a portable power bank, includes an LED light, and features a high-output USB-C port for fast phone charging. It's not something you use every day, but when you need it, its value lies in having it ready, saving you the time, stress, and cost of calling roadside assistance. 26 Underdesk Mini Treadmill. Moving into home fitness equipment, the Underdesk Mini Treadmill draws curiosity because it's compact and easy to store. The current price is just over $300, which isn't cheap for a small machine, so the key detail to pay attention to is its maximum weight capacity of around 250 lbs. That number doesn't just reflect user weight, it also hints at motor strength and overall durability. For light walking while working, it's fine. 27 Arcade 1-Up Claw Machine. Moving into the large toy section, the Arcade 1-Up Claw Machine in the SpongeBob edition surprises a lot of shoppers with both its size and its current discount. The price has been marked down to under $500, which is noticeably lower than what many people expect for a full arcade-style machine with light sound and an adjustable claw mechanism. A key feature is the ability to set the difficulty level so it doesn't turn into a frustrating never-win machine that kids lose interest in quickly. 28 Lego Storage Box. Nearby, the Lego Storage Box attracts attention in a completely different way. It's small, affordable, and extremely practical. With a current price of just over $10, most shoppers don't have to think twice. Instead of Lego pieces being scattered around the house or stuffed into plastic bags, this type of container makes it easy to gather everything quickly, stack neatly, and pull out for play before putting it away again. It's not a new toy and it doesn't create excitement, but it solves a very real problem for anyone with kids who play with Lego. 29 Kids Suitcase Set with Backpack. This kid's suitcase set with a matching backpack stands out because it's clearly ready to use for short trips. The suitcase's sturdy rolls smoothly and is sized so kids can pull it themselves. The included backpack is just right for personal items or toys. The current price of under $45 makes it feel much more reasonable than buying each piece separately elsewhere. The familiar character designs get kids excited, but the real value is in the convenience and durability that's appropriate for children. 30 Tetris Tumble Game. The Tetris Tumble Game is the kind of toy that looks simple but ends up holding players' attention longer than expected. It can be used both indoors and outdoors with thick, durable materials that can handle bumps in light weather. The current price is under $70, low enough for many families to consider it as a shared game for both adults and kids. With no batteries and no screens, just stacking pieces and balance, it works well for gatherings, weekends, or casual playtime. Looking back at all the items in the video, the common thread isn't whether the discounts are dramatic or not. It's about buying the right items at the right time. Many Costco deals aren't marked with big signs, but by paying close attention, you can avoid overpaying for the same products or buying items that look cheap but don't perform well. The real value lies in knowing when to stop, when to skip, and understanding that not every discount is worth chasing. Which deal in the video surprised you the most? Have you ever opened your freezer and seen it packed with food and still had no idea what to make for dinner? The reality is that many people buy frozen foods out of habit, not because they're better, but because they think, I'll save it and use it later. And that mindset often leads to expensive items getting forgotten, while the foods that are truly convenient, good, and cost-effective get overlooked. This video isn't about the cheapest frozen foods, and it's not promoting anything that's trending online. These are items that sell well because they actually get used, helping save cooking time, reduce food waste, and solve meals on even the busiest days. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, Kirkland Signature Frozen Pizza. Kirkland's Signature Frozen Pizza tends to sit quietly in Costco's freezer section. Large box, simple packaging, surrounded by dozens of other options. Many people walk right past it, assuming frozen pizza is just something you grab for convenience. In reality, it's one of the most frequently repurchased frozen foods in busy American households. What makes Kirkland pizza so reliable is that it feels complete as a meal. One pizza is usually enough to take care of dinner. No side dishes needed, no extra prep. On nights when everyone gets home late, kids are hungry, adults are tired, having a pizza in the freezer becomes the easiest way to get the whole family sitting down together instead of everyone grabbing something different. The quality feels familiar from the first bite. The crust is moderately thick, with lightly crisped edges once baked. The cheese is evenly spread and melts well. The pepperoni version has a clear, savory kick that works well for adults, while the cheese version is milder and kid-friendly. It's the kind of pizza that rarely causes debate, because everyone can enjoy it their own way. The real value of Kirkland frozen pizza shows up when you compare it to ordering takeout. For the same amount of money, you get more meals, more control over timing, and no reliance on delivery or promotions. Keeping one box in the freezer, just in case, is exactly why many families always make sure they have at least one on hand. 2. Kirkland Signature Frozen Shrimp. Kirkland's signature frozen shrimp is something many families buy the first time for convenience, and then keep in the freezer because it works for almost any meal. A bag of shrimp sits there quietly, but the moment a meal feels short on protein or missing a focal point, it immediately becomes useful. Steamed, stir-fried, pan-seared, or tossed into salads, noodles, or fried rice, shrimp can turn into a finished dish in just minutes with very little prep. What builds trust in Kirkland shrimp is consistency. The shrimp are a good, even size, with minimal variation. When cooked, the texture is firm, the flavor is naturally sweet, and it doesn't turn mushy or bland. The cooked shrimp are especially convenient. Thaw them properly, and they're ready to use, making them ideal for quick meals or late nights. Raw shrimp offer more flexibility, letting each household season and cook them to their own taste. Some people hesitate to buy frozen shrimp because they worry about strong odors or the idea of long frozen seafood. In practice, Kirkland shrimp are processed and flash frozen quickly, so when thawed correctly, the smell is very mild, often cleaner than many so-called fresh shrimp from open markets. This becomes especially noticeable in simple dishes with minimal seasoning, where the shrimp's natural sweetness still comes through clearly. 3. Frozen gyoza. Ajinomoto frozen gyoza is something many people discover surprisingly late, even though it sits right there in Costco's familiar freezer section. The reason is simple. At a glance, gyoza looks like just another type of dumpling. But once you try it, it's easy to understand why this item gets repurchased so consistently, especially in busy households. What makes Ajinomoto gyoza stand out is how flexible it is to prepare. A few minutes in the pan to crisp the bottom, add a splash of water to steam the top, and you have a plate of gyoza that's both fragrant and tender. If you want something even faster, you can use an air fryer or lightly boil them to add to noodles or soup. No matter the method, the balance holds up well. Thin wrappers with a flavorful filling inside. The filling is well seasoned without being overpowering. The meat and vegetables are evenly mixed, so you can keep eating without feeling overwhelmed by spice or heaviness. This is the kind of food adults can turn into a full meal, while kids treat it as a favorite finger food. Once gyoza hits the table, it often disappears faster than expected, simply because each piece is small, easy to grab, and satisfying. 4. Kellogg's Eggo Frozen Waffles. Kellogg's Eggo. Frozen waffles are so familiar that many people barely notice them as they walk through the freezer aisle. Yet that very familiarity is why Eggo shows up consistently in so many household freezers. It's a breakfast that requires almost no thought. Take it out, pop it in the toaster, and within minutes you have a hot waffle with that unmistakable morning aroma. What keeps Eggo relevant over time is its reliability and ease of use. The waffle has a light, airy texture, with a lightly crisp exterior and a soft interior. Butter, syrup, honey, or fruit soaks in evenly, so the waffle tastes balanced instead of dry. For kids, it's easy to eat. For adults, it's fast enough to handle breakfast before heading out the door. One box of Eggo ends up covering many situations, from rushed mornings to a quick evening snack. Many families choose Eggo because of its versatility. A single waffle can be eaten plain, dressed up sweet, or even turned into a savory option depending on preference. When guests stay overnight or weekends call for a slower breakfast, Eggo keeps things simple and organized. Just toast a few more batches and everyone can sit down together. Buying Eggo in bulk at Costco also brings a clear price advantage. When you break it down per serving, it's noticeably cheaper than buying smaller packs at a regular grocery store while still delivering the same familiar quality. That's why many shoppers buy it once and then automatically add it to the cart every time. 5. Kirkland Frozen Alaska Sockeye Salmon. Kirkland Frozen. Alaska sockeye salmon often catches people's attention because of its deep red color, which immediately sets it apart from the more common farm-raised salmon. But the real value of this product shows up after it's cooked, not just in how it looks. When pan-seared or lightly baked, the flesh stays firm, the flavor is clearly sweet, and it feels clean and satisfying rather than heavy. What builds trust for many families is the consistent quality from piece to piece. The salmon is portioned into practical sizes and flash frozen soon after being caught, so when thawed properly, the texture remains intact. When cooked, it doesn't release excessive water or turn mushy. This matters especially for simple preparations like salt and pepper pan searing, oven roasting, or adding it to a warm salad, dishes where the natural flavor stands out. Alaska sockeye salmon also appeals to people who pay attention to nutrition. The meat is firm, high in protein, and rich in omega-3s, leaving you comfortably full without feeling weighed down. For many households, it's a smart alternative to red meat during the week, a way to change things up while keeping meals balanced. 6. Yummy Dino Buddies Dinosaur Chicken Nuggets. There are evenings when you open the fridge and know one thing for sure. No one in the house has the patience for a proper home-cooked meal. The kids are hungry, the adults are exhausted, and dinner needs a fast solution that still gets everyone to sit down together. That's exactly where Yummy Dino Buddies dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets do their job. The dinosaur shapes might seem like they're just for kids, but in reality, they make mealtime easier for everyone. Kids get excited, and adults don't have to negotiate or convince anyone to eat. Pop them in the oven or air fryer, and a few minutes later you have a tray of golden crispy nuggets with a smell that naturally pulls everyone toward the table. What stands out is how familiar and comfortable they are to eat. The coating is lightly crisp, and the chicken inside stays tender and not dry. The seasoning is mild enough for kids, but not bland for adults. Like the video if this surprised you. 7. Beyond Burger. Plant-based burgers. Beyond Burger is one of the few plant-based products people repurchase not out of curiosity but out of habit. It's not something kept in the freezer just to try once, but treated as a parallel option to meat burgers in the weekly meal rotation. The reason is simple. Beyond Burger doesn't disrupt familiar cooking routines. You handle it just like a regular burger patty. Pan-sear it, grill it, put it on a bun, and add toppings and sauce. Everything flows the same way. When you don't have to relearn how to cook, the person making the meal feels more comfortable, and the people eating it are more open to it. In terms of texture and experience, Beyond Burger holds together well. The patty keeps its shape, browns nicely on the outside, and stays soft and moist inside. Paired with a bun and toppings, the meal doesn't feel off. That's important because many meat substitutes make meals feel disconnected, and Beyond Burger avoids that. It also allows for easy menu rotation without feeling like a compromise. One night it's burgers, another night it's chopped into salads or used as taco filling. That flexibility keeps it from being tied to one specific occasion, letting it adapt to each household's routine. 8. Chloe's Organic Fruit Pops. Chloe's Organic Fruit Pops tend to come out of the freezer quickly, and often disappear faster than expected. Not because they're flashy, but because they're incredibly easy to enjoy. Grab one and eat it right away, with a clean, refreshing taste that doesn't leave you feeling heavy or overly sweet afterward. The most noticeable thing about Chloe's is how direct the fruit flavor is. Strawberry tastes like strawberry, and mango tastes like mango. No artificial notes, no strange aftertaste. The texture is smooth and melts evenly, without icy chunks. Kids enjoy them for the bright colors and familiar flavors, while adults appreciate how light they feel, especially after dinner or on hot days. These pops get used more often than people expect. On a hot afternoon, one pop is enough to cool down. In the evening, they make a simple, tidy way to end a meal. When guests come over, having a few boxes in the freezer means dessert is already handled. Everyone picks their favorite flavor, eats, and that's it. One reason many families keep Chloe's on hand is how easy they are to use regularly. No bowls, no spoons, no cleanup. In a busy lifestyle, that simplicity is worth more than elaborate desserts. Buying the larger boxes at Costco and spacing them out over time makes each serving feel practical, without much second guessing. 9. Kirkland Signature Frozen Grass-Fed Beef Meatballs. When planning dinner, there's a familiar question that comes up again and again. What can you make that's quick, filling, and doesn't require too much thinking? Kirkland Signature Frozen Beef Meatballs often show up at exactly that moment. Just take out a few, thaw them quickly, and pan-sear or bake them, and you have a clean, straightforward main dish that pairs easily with whatever you already have in the kitchen. What draws many people to Kirkland's grass-fed meatballs is the solid, satisfying bite. The meat holds together well, with a clear meat texture rather than a mushy feel. When cooked, enough fat renders out to keep them moist and aromatic, while the surface browns nicely. They're good on their own with just salt and pepper, or combined with bread, salad, or potatoes for a complete meal. For anyone who prefers simple cooking, this is a very forgiving ingredient. Grass-fed beef also feels lighter for many people. The flavor is rich but not greasy, making it suitable for regular use throughout the week. One large bag can be divided across multiple meals, and the flexible ways to use it help avoid eating the same dish over and over. Buying them frozen adds another layer of convenience. The meatballs are flash frozen, store well for a long time, and can be used as needed. At Costco's private label pricing, many shoppers find the per-meal cost reasonable, especially compared to buying fresh meat each time. 10. Frozen fruits and vegetables. Clovis Farms. Frozen fruit and vegetable smoothie blends are something many people keep stocked in their freezer because they completely eliminate prep work. No washing, no peeling, and no worrying about fruit overripening or greens wilting. What keeps these blends in regular rotation is consistency. Each smoothie comes out nearly the same every time. Fruit that's ripe enough to provide natural sweetness, greens that stay mild and not bitter. The smoothie drinks smoothly and easily, without needing extra ingredients to fix the flavor. For busy people, not having to guess whether today's smoothie will taste good is a major plus. Clovis Farms smoothie bags are also more flexible than they might seem. Blend them thinner for a quick morning drink, thicker for a snack-like bowl, or add yogurt or protein after a workout. All work well. On some days, a single smoothie like this is enough to start the day without feeling heavy or sluggish. Another big advantage is reduced food waste. Fresh fruit is easy to forget in the fridge, and leafy greens lose quality quickly. With frozen blends, you use what you need, and the rest stays exactly as it is. This makes them especially practical for people living alone or smaller households. 11. Path of Life Southwest-style Mango Quinoa. Open the bag, pour it into a pan, or put it straight into the microwave, and a few minutes later, you have a complete meal. Path of Life's Southwest-style Mango Quinoa wins people over with that simplicity. There's no prep, no seasoning adjustments. Everything is already balanced, so you can just heat and eat. What's interesting is how the ingredients come together. The quinoa stays fluffy and firm, not mushy. The mango adds a gentle sweetness as a base. Corn, beans, and Southwest-style spices bring warmth and depth. Every spoonful has a full mix of flavors, yet it remains easy to eat. It's the kind of dish that makes you forget you're eating frozen food, because both the texture and flavor feel surprisingly fresh. This dish is especially useful on days when you want to break out of your usual routine. When meat or fish starts to feel repetitive, a serving of quinoa like this lightens the meal while still providing enough energy. It can be eaten on its own as a main dish, used as a side for grilled meats, or mixed with fresh vegetables for a warm salad. That flexibility lets you put together a meal quickly without overthinking it. 12. Don Lee Farms Chipotle Black Bean Burger. Don Lee Farms' Chipotle Black Bean Burger surprises many people on the first try because it feels far more like a complete meal than expected. It's not the kind of food that leaves you feeling unsatisfied afterward, and it doesn't require a long list of extras to fill in the gaps. Put one patty on the plate, and the meal already feels whole. Texture is where this burger really stands out. The patty holds its shape well when pan-seared, browns nicely on the outside, and stays firm inside without crumbling. You can clearly see the black beans mixed with corn and chipotle seasoning for a well-rounded depth of flavor. The mild heat works as a base, noticeable but not sharp, and it doesn't overpower the other ingredients. It works just as well eaten slowly or quickly, without needing heavy sauces to fix the taste. This burger also pairs easily with whatever you already have in the kitchen. Put it on a bun and dinner is done. Serve it with salad or rice and it becomes something different. Some people chop it into grain bowls, others pan-sear it and eat it on its own. That flexibility keeps the black bean burger from being locked into one specific way of eating. 13. Kirkland's Signature Frozen Croissants. The smell of butter drifting out of the oven is enough to slow the whole kitchen down. With Kirkland's Signature Frozen Croissants, that moment can happen at home, on any morning or afternoon you choose. Take them out, place them on a baking tray, and let the oven do the work. Minutes later, the dough rises, turns evenly golden, and forms a thin, crisp shell with a soft, airy interior. Exactly what you expect from a croissant. What keeps people coming back to these croissants is the baking experience itself. The dough is frozen in a way that holds its shape well, and as it bakes, the butter melts gradually, filling the kitchen with a rich aroma. That fresh from the oven feeling makes a big difference compared to store-bought croissants that sit in the fridge. The first bite gives a light crackle from the crust, followed by a moist, fluffy center that doesn't feel heavy. They're great on their own, but also work well with jam, honey, eggs, or fillings. Keeping them in the freezer gives you full control over timing. There's no rush to beat a short expiration date and no dependence on bakery hours. Bought in bulk at Costco and used gradually, the cost per bake ends up being quite reasonable compared to buying individual croissants. Ultimately, the greatest value isn't in finding the best or most expensive item, but in how these foods make daily life feel lighter. When chosen well, frozen foods save time, reduce the mental load of meal planning, cut down on waste, and give you more control over spending. When every item in your freezer has a purpose and actually gets used, shopping stops being emotional and becomes a smarter, more sustainable habit for the household. Which tip from the video surprised you? Do you think Costco just swaps labels, rearranges shelves, and calls it new at the start of the year? It's not that simple. Newly refreshed shelves, with items you'd normally expect to see only in specialty stores or expensive online shops, are now showing up right in front of you at prices that make you stop and think. This video helps you spot what's truly worth the money for 2026. If you've ever bought something in a rush and let it sit unused, or missed out on the best items simply because you didn't notice them, this time you'll look at Costco with a different perspective. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. New snack items. New snack products at Costco always grab attention because they feel different from the usual lineup. This year, the focus isn't on overly intense flavors or flashy packaging, but on quick, convenient eating experiences. Most of the new items are frozen foods or portioned snacks, designed to fit busy daily routines. Stick-shaped snacks, mini sandwiches, and frozen-filled pastries are made to be eaten right away with little to no prep. For families with kids or for people who like evening snacks, these options are convenient. That said, the small portion feeling can be misleading. Sugar and calorie levels can still be high, just spread across smaller servings that are easier to consume. There are also new flavor profiles like ube, fruit-infused vanilla, and lightly coated chocolate. These are fun for switching things up and adding a sense of novelty, but they rarely become everyday repeat buys. 2. Stainless steel popcorn maker. The stainless steel popcorn maker making its appearance at Costco this time taps into a very real need. Enjoying popcorn at home without relying on microwave bags loaded with butter and additives. Compared to compact electric poppers, this hand-crank stainless steel model gives you more control. You can see the kernels pop, adjust the heat, and manage oil and salt levels to match your family's taste. What makes people pause and consider it is the stainless steel construction and large capacity. The pot feels solid, handles heat well, and stays stable even when making multiple batches, which is ideal for larger families or weekend gatherings. Instead of repeatedly buying packaged snacks, you can stock dry kernels and use them long-term, saving money and cutting back on overly processed foods. That said, this isn't for those who want maximum convenience. It requires a stovetop, manual cranking, and some cleanup afterward. In return, you get fresh, crisp popcorn with no burnt smell, no excess oil, and no artificial aftertaste, something bagged popcorn rarely delivers. 3. Ceramic food storage container set. Ceramic food storage containers are easy to overlook because they don't look high-tech or packed with features. But the more you cook at home, the more you understand why Costco puts these sets on the shelf. Ceramic holds heat evenly, doesn't absorb odors, doesn't discolor over time like plastic, and doesn't have the cold, harsh feel of metal. The real value is versatility. You can cook, store, reheat, and serve food using the same container without transferring it multiple times. This is especially helpful for weekly meal prep. Cook the food, seal the lid, refrigerate it, and place it directly in the oven when it's time to eat. Fewer transfers also mean fewer dishes to wash, something every home cook appreciates. Ceramic containers also fit well with long-term eating habits. Foods with sauces, liquids, or strong aromas don't linger in the container. Even after extended use, they still feel clean and pleasant to open, unlike many older storage options. For families that cook at home regularly, this is an everyday item, not something you buy just to have around. 4. Woven decorative basket with candle. The woven decorative basket with a candle falls into the category of items that feel instantly calming and visually pleasing the moment you see them. The natural woven material combined with a candle inside creates a warm, cozy feel that works well in living rooms, bedrooms, or small corners that need a subtle accent. It's not a showy piece, but when placed in the right spot, it makes a home feel more organized and thoughtfully styled. The value of this basket isn't in any complex function, but in its flexibility. Once the candle is used up, the basket can still be used to hold towels, small items, kids' toys, or seasonal decor. For anyone who likes refreshing their space without constantly buying new items, this is an easy piece to repurpose over time. That said, it's important to be realistic. This isn't an item you'll use every day. If you don't already have a habit of lighting candles or decorating your space, the basket can easily end up pushed into a corner. It makes the most sense to buy it only when you already have a clear idea of where it will go and what purpose it will serve. 5. Sofa armrest tray. A sofa armrest tray is the kind of product born from very everyday situations. Watching TV while wanting a place to set your phone, a drink, or the remote without having to lean over to find a table. The tray is designed to wrap around the arm of the sofa and can be adjusted for width, allowing it to stay fairly secure without complicated installation. With most family sofas, you simply place it on and start using it right away. One thoughtful detail is how the tray fits modern habits. The device slot is wide enough to hold a phone or tablet, even with a case on, so you don't have to keep taking it on and off. That may sound minor, but it often determines whether you actually use the tray regularly. When something is convenient, it becomes part of your routine. That said, this isn't for every home. If your sofa has rounded arms, very soft padding, or arms that are too narrow, the tray may not sit securely. And if you already have a side table right next to the sofa, the usefulness of the tray drops significantly. 6. Simple Human Steel Frame Dish Rack. The Simple Human Steel Frame Dish Rack is one of those household items whose value becomes clearer the longer you use it. It doesn't impress with a low price but wins people over with its solid feel and reliability in everyday kitchen use. The stainless steel frame is sturdy, resists fingerprints, and looks clean and streamlined on the countertop rather than bulky or cheap. The design focuses on small but very practical details. The drainage system is angled, with a swiveling spout that directs water straight into the sink, keeping the counter dry. That may sound basic, but it's something many cheaper racks fail to do well. The built-in knife block is another smart upgrade. It saves space while allowing knives to dry safely and quickly. Of course, this rack isn't for everyone. If you only wash a few dishes a day, have a very small kitchen, or rely mostly on a dishwasher, its value won't fully show. But for families who cook often and hand-wash dishes regularly, A good dish rack keeps the kitchen tidier without constant wiping and cleanup. 7. Body Composition Digital Scale. Body composition digital scales are no longer just for gyms or serious athletes. The newer versions sold at Costco are designed for people who want to better understand their bodies, not just check a single number on the scale each morning. Tracking metrics like body fat, muscle mass, BMI, and trends over time gives a more realistic picture of health than stressing over a small weight change. The biggest difference is smartphone connectivity. Each time you step on the scale, the data is automatically saved and added to a clear history. There's no need to remember numbers or write anything down. You can simply open the app and see where you're headed. For people who often lose motivation with diet or exercise plans, seeing weekly changes helps maintain consistency. Of course, these numbers are for reference only and don't replace medical advice. But in daily life, they're more than enough to help you adjust eating habits, sleep, and physical activity. Like the video if this surprised you. 8. Mikasa Candle Warmer Lamp. The Mikasa Candle Warmer Lamp is designed for people who enjoy home fragrances but prefer to avoid smoke and open flames. Instead of burning the candle directly, the lamp warms it from the top, allowing the scent to spread more evenly without creating a stuffy or smoky feeling. In enclosed spaces like bedrooms or small apartments, this approach feels much more comfortable. The design is compact and clean, without the bulky look of typical household appliances. The adjustable height makes it compatible with different candle sizes, from short to tall jars, so you're not limited to one type. The built-in timer is another major plus, especially for anyone who tends to forget to blow out candles before leaving the house or going to sleep. That said, it's important to be realistic. A candle warmer doesn't produce an actual flame. If you love the flickering glow of a candle, you might miss that element. In return, the candle melts more slowly and lasts longer, and the scent tends to stay consistent and noticeable from start to finish. 9. Soy Blend Candle Set. Soy blend candle sets fall into the category of safe buys. Pleasant scents, attractive presentation, and versatility across different rooms. Compared to standard paraffin candles, soy blend candles burn more evenly, produce less smoke, and release fragrance more smoothly without feeling overpowering. For people who use candles regularly at home, this difference becomes noticeable after just a few uses. One of the best aspects of a candle set is scent variety. Each fragrance creates a slightly different mood, making it easy to switch things up depending on the time of day or how you're feeling. You're not stuck with a single scent, and you don't have to buy individual jars separately. This works well for families or anyone who likes refreshing their space without spending too much. Still, candles are consumable items. When bought on impulse, it's easy to end up with partially used jars that get forgotten. For that reason, soy blend candle sets make the most sense for people who already have a habit of using candles regularly and see fragrance as part of daily life, not just decoration. 10. Cordless Hot Glue Gun. A cordless hot glue gun is one of those tools many households don't think about until they really need one. A child's toy comes apart, a decorative piece loosens, or a small craft project needs a quick fix, and suddenly, a compact glue gun becomes incredibly useful. The cordless design adds flexibility, letting you work without being tied to an outlet or dealing with tangled cords. The real value is convenience. It heats up quickly, dispenses glue smoothly, and offers enough precision for small details. Being bundled with glue sticks and a storage case means you can start using it right away without buying extra accessories. For families with kids, it's a great support tool for crafts, decorations, and light household fixes. However, this isn't a tool for heavy-duty or long-term repairs. Hot glue works best on lightweight items, decorative pieces, thin plastic, and small wood projects. Used for the right purposes, a glue gun performs very well. Used incorrectly, it can quickly lead to disappointment. 11. In-store shoes and apparel. Costco's in-store shoes and apparel don't chase fast fashion trends, but they're well suited for everyday use. Shoe styles are selected for comfort, versatility, and durability, rather than just looking good for a few wears. That's why many people keep coming back to buy shoes at Costco, even if they don't think of it as a fashion store. Women's slip-on shoes and men's lace-up styles are designed with comfort in mind. Cushioned soles, slightly roomier fits, and supportive construction make them comfortable for long periods of walking or standing. Having a wide range of sizes, including half sizes, makes it easier to find a good fit and reduces the risk of buying something that ends up unused. At mid-range prices, shoppers often feel comfortable trying them out, and if the fit is right, they end up wearing them regularly. However, it's important to set the right expectations. These shoes aren't meant for people who want bold designs or to chase the latest trends. The styles are fairly conservative, with neutral colors that are easy to match, but can also feel very familiar. 12 Handled Bowl Set. A handled bowl set may sound very simple, but once you start using it, the convenience becomes obvious. The two side handles make the bowls much easier to hold, especially for hot foods like soup, noodles, porridge, or popcorn. For seniors or young children, this detail greatly reduces the risk of slipping, making mealtime safer and more comfortable. Another strong point is the balanced size and cohesive design. The bowls aren't oversized or bulky in cabinets, yet they're deep enough to work for a wide range of dishes. They're microwave and dishwasher safe, which fits well with a busy daily routine. When you need to set the table quickly, you can simply ladle food into the bowls. No extra plates or complicated setup required. 13. Self-cleaning air fryer. A self-cleaning air fryer is one of those rare items that makes people rethink how they cook. Not because of power or capacity, but because it addresses the one thing everyone dislikes: cleanup. The self-cleaning feature targets the most annoying part of air frying. With just some water and a bit of detergent, the machine handles much of the grease buildup inside on its own. For everyday use, it still delivers the familiar benefits: fast cooking, less oil, and easy meals. The real difference comes after cooking. There's less hesitation about making greasy foods, no long scrubbing sessions, and no putting off kitchen cleanup. For households that cook often, this saves a noticeable amount of time. Of course, self-cleaning doesn't completely replace regular wiping and maintenance, but it significantly reduces the effort, especially for busy people or anyone who dislikes cleaning. Added color options also make it easier to match the kitchen, avoiding the cold, purely utilitarian look of many appliances. 14. Aspen Bookshelf. The Aspen Bookshelf makes a strong first impression visually, but its value goes beyond display. Its large size, solid frame, and clearly divided shelves allow it to hold not only books but also decor, photo frames, and everyday items you want organized and visible. In shared living spaces, it becomes a functional part of the room's layout, rather than just a storage piece. One key advantage is its long-term appeal. The neutral wood tone and simple design help it avoid looking dated, making it easy to pair with different interior styles over time. Placed against a living room wall, in a home office, or along a wide hallway, it fills space nicely while adding depth without feeling heavy or overwhelming. That said, size matters. A large bookshelf takes up space, and once it's in place, moving it isn't easy. In smaller homes or for people who like changing layouts often, its value may be limited. But for those who prefer a stable setup and long-term display, it's a solid and worthwhile investment. 15. Foldable Arcade Machine. A foldable arcade machine is clearly an entertainment-focused product, not a daily necessity, but it can create unique moments at home. The foldable design helps save space when it's not in use, something traditional arcade machines don't offer. When unfolded, it becomes a dedicated entertainment corner where family members can gather and play together. What stands out is that the machine includes a built-in screen and smart apps, allowing it to do more than just play classic arcade games. It can also be used for other entertainment, which helps prevent it from becoming something that's exciting for a few days and then forgotten. For families with teenagers or adults who enjoy a sense of nostalgia, this type of shared experience often creates more connection than everyone using separate devices. 16. Nordic Track Treadmill. The Nordic Track treadmill falls into the category of serious fitness equipment. It's not something you buy just to have. This is a choice for people who want to maintain a consistent workout routine at home, rather than relying on a gym membership or outdoor weather. Having a treadmill at home makes exercise more accessible and easier to turn into a long-term habit. Its biggest strength is flexibility. Adjustable speed, incline, and decline settings allow you to simulate different types of workouts, from light walking to high-intensity running. The built-in display lets you track workouts or connect to guided content, helping keep training sessions engaging instead of repetitive. For people who work out alone, this plays a major role in staying motivated and not giving up halfway through. 17. Online shoe selection. The shoe selection on Costco.com is designed around convenience and accessible pricing, rather than in-store try-on experiences. The styles offered tend to be familiar, focusing on comfort and durability for everyday wear. Shopping online also gives you access to a wider range of options than in stores, especially hard-to-find sizes or less common colors. One of the biggest advantages is Costco's return policy. If the shoes don't fit well, you can return them without much hassle, which significantly reduces the risk of buying shoes online. In addition, many online styles sit slightly above entry level, ranging from sneakers to boots, yet are still priced lower than comparable options at specialty shoe stores. When reviewing new arrivals at Costco, the key question isn't what's trending, but what will actually become part of your daily life. Good household items are the ones you use regularly without extra hassle or added cleanup. Good snacks are the ones that get finished, not forgotten in the pantry. And larger, more expensive items only make sense when you have a clear plan to use them long-term. Which tip from the video surprised you the most? Have you ever left Costco with a cart packed full and a long receipt, only to get home and start feeling that something wasn't quite right? Not because you bought too much, but because you bought the wrong things. In the same warehouse, there are items that are genuinely worth the money, purchases you still feel good about months later. But there are also products placed just right, discounted at just the right moment, creating that great deal feeling, only for you to realize a few weeks later that you paid for something that didn't deliver real value. This list will help you avoid buying the wrong items, showing you what's worth grabbing the moment you see it on the shelf and what you should walk past even when the price looks tempting. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, Infinity Pro by Conair Hairdryer. With the Infinity Pro by Conair, what convinces most people to buy isn't the brand name or the marketing. It's real-world performance. The airflow is strong, drying hair quickly without blasting excessive heat or leaving hair feeling dry and brittle after use. 3 heat settings and 2 speed options offer enough flexibility for different hair types. It feels solid in the hand, noise levels are reasonable, and there's no uncomfortable vibration. 2. Ninja Dual Brew XL Coffee Maker. The biggest strength of the Ninja Dual Brew XL is flexibility. One machine brews both ground coffee and pods and handles hot or iced coffee with ease. On rushed mornings, it's a one-button solution. On weekends, it can brew a full carafe for the household. But in the $90 to $120 range, it's a reasonable option for anyone who values convenience and speed and doesn't want to be locked into a single brewing style. 3. Hellmann's Squeeze Mayonnaise. At first glance, the Hellmann's Squeeze Mayonnaise 2-pack looks like an easy win, typically priced around $6 to $8, which is why many people toss it into the cart without much thought. The issue lies in what you don't immediately see. The primary ingredient is soybean oil. Over the long term, this isn't an ideal choice for those who care about balanced nutrition. If you just need a quick condiment, it's fine. But if you're buying it for regular use, you may be paying more for convenience than for real value. 4. Bose Soundbar 2. What makes the Bose Soundbar 2 worth buying isn't booming bass or flashy surround effects. It's clean sound, clear dialogue, and easy everyday listening. News, TV shows, and sports all sound noticeably better than through built-in TV speakers. The compact design fits almost anywhere, and there's no need for a bulky subwoofer. In the $140 to $160 range, it's a sensible choice for anyone looking to upgrade their TV audio without committing to a complicated home theater setup. 5. Samsung S3 Curved Monitor 27. The appeal of the Samsung S3 Curved Monitor 27 is straightforward. A large screen, a comfortable 1800R curve, and a 100 Hz refresh rate that's easier on the eyes during long sessions. The full HD resolution isn't meant for heavy graphic work, but it's more than sufficient for studying, office tasks, watching videos, or serving as a secondary monitor. The higher refresh rate compared to standard displays makes scrolling and extended work feel smoother. Priced around $90–$110, it's an easy buy, something you'll use every day and quickly feel the value of without overthinking the decision. Chasse Acer Aspire 3 Laptop Ryzen 5. The Acer Aspire 3 Ryzen 5 stands out for its balance between performance and price. The specs are strong enough for schoolwork, office tasks, and multitasking with multiple tabs while still feeling responsive. With 16 GB of RAM and a high-capacity SSD, it boots quickly and stays smooth over time without slowing down. The design is clean and practical, nothing flashy but easy to carry around. In the $350–$400 range, this is a buy-it-and-use-it-right-away option with minimal extra costs, well-suited for students and families. 7. Sonos Era 100 2-pack. The Sonos Era 100 2-pack delivers clean, balanced sound that's easy on the ears in a home setting. Paired in stereo, the two speakers create a wider soundstage with clear music and dialogue, making them a good fit for a living room or bedroom.